Team Freeview, it's time to dominate with the all-new Psychic Awakening supplements. This is my favourite one so far. It's very cool, very cool, mainly because it would be fair to say 3 struggling factions have suddenly got some really nice rules to play with. Huzzah! So look, massive thank you to Games Workshop for allowing us to review this copy. We were sent a copy of this and we put our hot little paws on it. We have covered the Dark Tome of the Thousand Suns and the Sanctic Tome of the Grey Knights. And what better way to show you some of the new toys than to put it in a battle report here for your viewing pleasure. So now, obviously, I really wanted to use the Grey Knights. I love the Thousand Suns as well. But I figured today, since last week you've already seen Mr. Beard and I throw down, we will have the chef use the Grey Knights, because you are a fan of the Grey Knights. I
like the Grey Knights as well, and this makes me very happy. And I'm like not a massive, Grey Knight aficionado in terms of like I've been playing them for years of it. I just really enjoy using them, and I love the idea of like the sort of warrior warlock type, like magic knights. It's such a classic fantasy trope.
Yes, it's about time.
Yeah,
they've deserved an update for a long time.
They needed some love.
They've been the butt of a few jokes in 8th edition, I think, but finally those awesome models get the rules that they deserve.
They do. And look, whilst we're not using Dark Angels in this particular battle report, I do want to say a couple of things before we go into the lists proper. We are doing a full review on the book as a Voxcast. That will be a separate video. This is about the battle reports. We'll talk about the rules that we're using and maybe the relics that we're using and touch on maybe a stratagem or two. Definitely will be using those stratagems throughout the game.
I think we should have a house rule in this game, because people ask us to do a house rule when we showcase the new stuff. Don't use command rerolls, so that we actually have CP for the new stratagems.
Yes.
The problem with that is, okay, we can do that, but the problem with that is then, I'll go through the comments as I always do, and there'll be 20 comments saying, why didn't you re-roll that? That lost you the game. Why didn't you re-roll that? You're the worst player in the world. You're like, right.
And
so,
and then
I'm like,
the problem is,
feelings.
you're always damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I'm gonna try, because I think I did this last time with the Blood Angels, and I was like, I'm gonna showcase like all these new stratagems. I used one new stratagem. However, with the Grey Knights, there's a lot of new ones that I really want to try and show you guys.
Actually, the Grey Knights have a way to get a command point back now.
Free CP.
So actually, you will see some stuff. Now, I just want to quickly talk about Dark Angels very briefly, because they are a massive part of this book, and I know that some Dark Angel fans probably tuned in hoping we're talking about them. Wait for the separate review. You do have an awesome new model, Master Lazarus, and you've got basically the updated units from the Space Marine Codex.
Lucky you.
You're a Space Marine now.
Lucky you. You do have a Super Doctrine now, which is actually really cool. It increases the range on your guns if you're in Devastator Doctrine.
Yep.
Specifically, it increases them. All heavy and rapid fire weapons equipped on Dark Angels units with this ability is increased by 6 inches, and the range characteristic of all assault and pistol weapons equipped on Dark Angels units with abilities increased by 3 inches.
It's called Relentless Hunt.
Yes.
In Devastator Doctrine only.
Yes.
But there's ways that you can make some of your units be in a different doctrine, because you are a master of strategy. I think adaptive strategy, is what it's specifically called.
You've got obscuration, discipline, vanguard, warlord traits, a whole bunch of stratagems.
It's essentially the same.
Lots of really cool toys. It's the Space Marines.
It's like Blood of Baal for Blood Angels. If you're a Dark Angels player, you need this book, because it basically makes you the Space Marine book with your extra supplementy stuff.
It's a must buy. You have to have it if you want to play the Dark Angels to their absolute best.
Just doctrines alone helps them out
Yes,
so
you've got
much.
doctrines, of course. New relics, Deathwing and Ravenwing Warlord traits, special issue war gear, and litanies of battle as well for Dark Angel chaplains. So very cool. Obviously, that's pretty much all we're going to go over with, because otherwise this would be a video which is 50 hours long. So we are now going to go into the lists. Who's going to be up first? The Grey Knights or the Thousand Suns?
I'll go first.
That is the Thousand Suns. So you Thousand Suns fans, my goodness, have you got some extra toys in this. All of a sudden, I'm very excited about Thousand Suns as well as Grey Knights. Let's cover them first. That's coming up next. Right, here we are, the Thousand Suns of Prospero.
Yes. Nice.
May it forever burn bright.
Excuse me.
Well,
What?
Oh, you're a Spaceball fan now?
No.
You like Layman Ross, do you?
No, I don't.
they're
I
from
don't
the
like
planet of the
what we see.
Sorcerers anyway. They've been there for like 10,000 years. Leave them alone.
Blind
They got a
rabid
cool new
dogs
house.
doing the Emperor's bidding, who I will remind all you loyalists is currently dead on his throne.
Who's dead?
The Emperor.
Oh. Oh, you're still going with that joke?
Well, you may as well, but it's not a joke, it's a fact.
Shut up. Now, listen to me. Listen. Do you know what's just happened? I've run a brigade.
I love a brigade.
It's never been done.
It's
never been done.
Brigade?
I love a brigade.
And what's interesting, when I made the brigade, I had points left over. So I've added some stuff as well.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had a few points left over. Not many.
Were you doing these maths manually?
Manual mathematics. No.
We'll check them.
No, I've done it properly. So yeah, I've run a brigade. It's very exciting.
That is really cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool to run lots of rubrics.
Please explain how you've run a brigade immediately.
Okay, so how it works is you have to have lots of troops and then 3 of all the things.
Yes?
Yes. So, starting from the top, let's see if I can remember everything. We have where is he? Oh, there he is. We have a Demon Prince of Tzeentch.
We're starting off well.
He has wings, he has Malefic Talons, and he is going to do the business. I won't go over the psychic powers now because there's lots, but we'll cover them in the game as we go through the psychic phases.
Sure.
We then have 2 Exalted Sorcerers on Discs of Tzeentch, one of which is my Warlord, and one of which has some cool new things from this book, which is very exciting. So with this book, you get access to 9 cults. And there are 9 cults which do different things. So the cults of the Legion are the main thing from this new book, and it gives you lots of very cool things. We won't go over all of them right now, because I imagine you'll cover them in the
Yes,
podcast.
we'll do the review. So you just tell us what cult you're using.
The Cult of Magic. Do you want to see a magic trick?
Yes.
I'll do it later.
Put him on the spot now.
I'll do it later.
Chat.
I'll do it in one of my turns.
You can't do any magic.
I'm not ready yet. I'll do it later on. Anyway, the Cult of Magic gives you, essentially these cults give you an access to a psychic power, access to a warlord trait, and access to a relic.
Yeah. And you know the psychic power in addition automatically.
Everyone knows it, which is nice.
Pretty sweet. So the psychic power that they all know in the Cult of Magic, and this is why I chose it, partially, is called Astral Blast. And Astral Blast has a warp charge value of 6, which is an upside down 9.
I mean, technically, yes.
Technically,
Wow. Number inception.
not technically, yes. 9. If manifested, the closest enemy unit within 9 inches of and is visible to the Psyker suffers D3 mortal wounds, and each other unit within 3 inches of that unit suffers 1 mortal wound. The Brotherhood of the Sorcerer's ability only increases the first range of this psychic power. So you sort of do a smite, and then the units within 3 do a smite, which is very cool. In addition, my Warlord, I've given him the Warlord trait, which is called Devastating Sorcery, and this works very well with Astral Blast. Do you want to know why?
Please.
I'll tell you. When this Warlord manifests a psychic power that inflicts 1 or more mortal wounds on an enemy unit, increase the mortal wounds inflicted on that unit by 1.
Yeah.
So, D3 plus 1 and 2 mortal wounds for all the units within 3 inches.
It's awesome.
It's gross.
Incredible.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Also, 369.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I've given my Warlord the Arcane Focus, which is his relic from this book, which essentially gives him +1 to psychic tests.
Nice.
And that's a Cult of Magic. which is fun. And they're all quite good. They're all
There are
sort
some
of
really,
going through
really
these,
good
and some
ones,
of these are
yeah.
really, really excellent. Some of them are quite thematic. Some of them are actually probably quite competitive. But there's some good ones in there, so I'd encourage you to check them all out. So that's him. We've then got another Exalted Sorcerer on discs, so 2. I am using a stratagem from this book as well, which is called Magister, which essentially allows me to grant an additional Warlord trait to another character.
Yay!
So I
Cool.
have given him something from the other book.
What does it do?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
Is it the one that we were talking about where you get +1 to cast? High Magister.
High Magister, that's it.
Hi, Magister.
I'm using the Magister stratagem to grant High Magister to the other sorcerer.
Actually makes sense.
That's what it is. Absolutely.
So both of your warlords have +1 to cast, which is nice.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Little baby Aramans.
Yes. I then also have spent another command point to grant the other sorcerer the Dark Matter Crystal, which is in the other book, which allows him to jump over to another place with another
redeploy.
unit. So those are those two. They do also have the Warpflame pistols because I had a couple of points left over. That is my HQ choices. We then have 6 units of rubrics. All of them have the Inferno Boltguns, and the aspiring sorcerers all have 4 staves and their normal Inferno bolt pistols. We then have a unit that I've not used before, but I'm very excited to use, 3 units of Zangor Enlightened on their discs.
They're a great unit.
Floating
Yeah,
about. I'm
I
taking
like
all the discs today. So I've given them the bows. I think that's probably the better choice. Weirdly, you can take them with chainswords and bolt pistols if you want to, but I think the bows should do me some favours. So that's the fast attack slots taken up for my brigade. We've then got 3 elite choices, 2 Hellbrutes with Hellbrute fists and twin las cannons, and then we have a Zangor Shaman on a disc as well. That is my elite's choice. My heavy support choice, we then have 3 Predators with all of the las cannons.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Perfection.
It's good.
And that is my brigade.
You've
It's a
literally
brigade.
got a brigade.
I've
of
literally
thousands.
done it.
Great, I love it.
1999.
Ah.
And you know why I didn't go for 2,000 points?
Why?
1999.
3 9s.
3 9s. My work here is done, essentially. But this should be fun. This should be good. Plenty of psychic output to face off against the Grey Knights. Lots of boots on the ground. We've got lots of fast-moving units, lots of armor-penetrating units, flying demon princes, the number 9. It's all very
So
exciting.
today's show is brought to you by the number 9.
Yes.
Ah.
Ready? Ready? Like that. Bam. Incredible.
What?
That's my magic trick. How did I do it? You'll never know.
Grey Knight fans, so it is fair to say in this book that you definitely get a lot of additional attention, more I would say than even the Thousand Suns.
Yes.
But I would also say it's fair to say that you probably needed even more than the Thousand Suns, and the Thousand Suns have been given enough now to make some quite interesting builds. So that's good. You've been tipped further in the right direction for the Thousand Suns, and from Grey Knights you've been dragged up from the pit of oblivion that is being completely and utterly non-competitive to being really all of a sudden very interesting when you take into account the points shots from Chapter Approved as well. Why don't you tell us what is happening with the Grey Knights, Mr. Chef?
Lots of stuff. So I'm quite excited about this. I'll run through a couple of the big things for me, and then we'll go through the list. Yeah. So the big thing is you have a new rule, Masters of the Warp. A lot of you guys would have seen it already on the community site for the previews, as well as a lot of stuff in here, but it's just a great thing for them to have. The only issue that I have with it is that there's kind of 2 things that are really good. The other 2 are good, but you almost need to build around it. So you got tied. So you basically, at the beginning of the first battle round, you pick one. If every model in your army has is a Grey Knight, unless you've got servitors. So you can't have an Inquisitor in here. You can't throw in some Guardsmen. You can't have in like a Knight or anything like that.
It's a super doctrine.
It's a super doctrine in a way. You don't get combat doctrines, which is fine. You don't follow the Codex Astartes. So you know that's all right with me. These are good. If you're running pure Grey Knights. If you're not running pure Grey Knights, you still get access to all the nice new stuff in here. So again, if you're running basically Grey Knights, Thousand Suns, or Dark Angels, this book is almost essential. Yeah. So you pick at the start of the first battle round which of the tides is going to be dominant, and you can change it with one of the new psychic powers that you get access to. So Tide of Fury, infantry models armed with Nemesis weapons, which is essentially every weapon that you have, reroll 1s to wound. Which is nice.
Cool.
It's pretty cool. If you're going for like a melee heavy infantry unit or sort of army, it's a good thing to have. And generally Grey Knights, you kind of want to be in combat anyway, so being able to change it with a psychic power to that when you've got a lot of units in combat is nice. But it is infantry only, so this doesn't help you Dread Knights, it doesn't help you Dreadnoughts. Fine. Then you've got the Tide of Convergence. This is another great one. Add 1 to the strength and damage characteristic of Psi weapons, which is specifically silencers, Gatling silencers, Psi cannons, heavy Psi cannons, twin Psi cannons, and any ranged weapons that have been affected by the Psi bolt ammunition stratagem during the current phase. Hello.
Yeah, hello indeed.
So now, you use that stratagem, you've now made them Psi weapons, you get +1 strength and damage on your infantry models. So again, these two are good, but they're a bit limited in comparison to the other two. However, if you do have purgation squads, or you've got silencers or Psi cannons in all of your units, or you've got a 10-man interceptor blob that's rapid firing with Psi bolt, high strength 6 -1 damage 2 bolt guns. Now it's worth paying 2 CP for.
Yes.
That's actually really, really good.
Yep.
That's really good.
It is. Yeah.
But it requires that tide to be in effect. But you know that tide's going to be in effect or not because you can cast this new power to do it.
Right. And have you explained that you choose a tide
You
that
choose
you
one
start
to
in,
start in, yes.
and then it stays in effect until you cast this power.
Correct.
To change it.
So
So that's an important
Yes. So Tide of Shadows is the one that you're pretty much always going to start the game in.
Yeah.
Whilst this tide is dominant, a unit with this ability receives the benefit of cover to its saving throw, even whilst it's not entirely on or within a terrain feature. There is no range restriction on that.
Perfect.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Perfection.
Really good.
Massive help.
That's not all. When resolving an attack made with a ranged weapon against a unit with this ability that is entirely on or within a terrain feature, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Again, no range restriction on this. So basically, you're Raven Guard, but better.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Graven Guard.
Oh. I feel like I have to give him that one. Yeah, that's the one that you're probably always going to start in. Just because having army-wide 2-up saves is fantastic, and if you are in terrain, the -1 is just brilliant. And this will affect your vehicles. This will affect your Dread Knights. Your Dread Knights now suddenly have a 1-up save. Fantastic.
Potentially -1 to hit as well.
Potentially -1 to hit.
Obviously, you have to be in a
Well,
row.
again, so this states you just have to be entirely on or within a terrain feature. It doesn't. You don't have to be benefiting from cover. So you don't have to be like 50% obscured or anything like that.
Yeah.
You can just put, as long as their base is on the terrain piece,
Then you can. Yeah, -1 to hit.
you're in that terrain piece. It's great. And then the next one is really, really good. Tide of Escalation. Whilst this tide is dominant, when a unit with this ability and the Rites of Banishment ability manifests a smite psychic power and it is not resisted, that power inflicts 1 additional mortal wound on the target.
My goodness, thank goodness.
It's so good. Woo!
It seems like a small thing. It's just basically 1 more mortal wound than they were doing.
But now...
But it makes a huge difference.
It helps them with anti-tank.
Yeah.
It helps them with anti-primaris.
Yeah.
It helps them with anti-inbuns.
Yeah.
It helps them with anti-horde. It helps them with across the board.
Yeah.
It really, really does.
And weirdly, I actually prefer it to saying that they just gave them D3 because I
Flat
want
2
that
is great.
consistent too.
Flat 2 is
I'm happy with some
phenomenal.
consistency.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Bear in mind, it states it inflicts 1 additional mortal wound, not it becomes 2. Yeah. So your Purifiers are doing D6 plus 1. Yep. Your Banner of the Refining Flame is doing D6 plus 1. Your Smites Against Demons are doing 4. Yes. It's very nice. It's really, really good. Those are the two, and that affects your entire army, so that your Dread Knights will be doing that. Now, it's only on Smite, so it doesn't work on things like some of the new psychic powers that you've got, on things like Purge Soul, but it's still fantastic to have in your toolkit, and that's probably what you'll shift to in turn 2.
Yeah.
Almost certainly, because at that point, that's when you've got a lot of deep strike stuff coming in, stuff getting in range of combat if you've not got a brother captain, all that sort of juicy stuff. It's great. Those abilities really, really help the Grey Knights fantastically.
Then you get an all-new chaplain.
So you've got an all-new chaplain, you've got access to litanies. I'll go over just one of the litanies that stood out to me, which I really like, which is quite nice. Select a friendly Grey Knights. It's called Invocation of Focus. Select a Grey Knights unit within 6 of the model when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit with a Nemesis weapon or a Psi weapon.
Yeah.
So it's both. It's basically all of your weapons if you've been given Cybolt. Increase the AP by a further 1.
It's decent.
Now you've got -2 damage to strength 6 if you're in the tide of convergence on that big unit with Cybolt ammunition.
Yeah, there are some good ways to buff purgation units or the Dread Knight in this.
Yeah, there's a couple of other ones which are pretty good, but for the most part they're a nice little bonus. Your chaplain is still a psyker as well.
Yeah.
So, which is nice. You get 2 pages of stratagems, some really, really nice ones in here. Things like redoubtable defense is great on a Terminator unit, reduced damage by 1. Great. To a minimum of 1.
So you put that on Paladins as well.
You stick that on Paladins.
Combine it with transhuman.
They've got transhuman physiology now, which they get to do on any of the Marines.
Yeah.
Not a vehicle, so you can't do it on a Dread Knight. That's fine. They've got a lot of the Marine-esque stratagems in here, as well as some nice, unique ones for themselves.
Which you should hopefully highlight throughout this game.
Yes, hopefully that's the plan.
What if you did?
It's too much. It's too much. There's one in here that this one I will go over now. It will almost certainly come up in the game, and to me this is an auto do every turn. Empiric Surge, however you want to pronounce it. 1 CP, use it in your psychic phase after a Grey Knight Psyker unit from your army has manifested a psychic power. Until the end of that phase, when a psychic test is taken for a friendly Grey Knight Psyker unit within 6 of that unit, add 1 to the total. Now add another 1 because you're Grey Knights. Oh, you're adding +2. You can't super smite, but you're casting smites on freeze. It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good.
It's really good on if you want to get that Vortex of Doom off as well.
Yeah,
and stuff.
+2.
It's helping across the board.
There's some real nice stuff. You get a new discipline!
Yeah, and this is really critical.
You get a new discipline! You are finally the Psychic Marines. You still have less powers than every other Marine army in the game, unless you're Chaos Marines.
Yes.
Oh.
Which is frustrating.
But it is a very good discipline.
It's a fantastic discipline.
The Dominus discipline.
Yeah, it's a fantastic discipline. So you can only have this on your character models. So you can't swap this out on like a unit, which is fine. Yeah. So your characters are important because I think pretty much every one of these powers has a place. Yeah. And you can't mix and match. So you can't have one Santic, one Dominus, for example. You have to be either Dominus or either Santic. The first one is Warp Shaping. This allows you to change the tide. Yeah. It's Warp Charge 5, so 4s. Essential to the way that the army operates now, in my opinion. You need this on one character.
Tide changer.
Yeah.
I'll go through them all because they're all really good in my opinion. Armor Resilience, Grey Knight Infantry unit within 12, Warp Charge 6, subtract 1 from the wound rolls against them.
Outstanding.
Amazing.
Sweet.
You stick that on a unit of Paladins, or you stick that on one unit of Terminators, and then on your Paladins you do Transhuman Physiology, so that one you're only wounding on 4s, that one you're only wounding at -1. You can't combine the two because Transhuman Physiology specifies absolutely no modifiers.
I was going to say, like, you can really
you can't
these up.
Yeah.
Unkillable Paladins!
Yeah,
Welcome back to 5th edition.
Yeah, you can't do it to make them on a 5-up because it specifically states unmodified rolls of 1, 2, and 3 always fail.
Yeah.
You could subtract 1, but
do that and reduce the damage by 1.
But you reduce the damage by 1.
Paladins are suddenly, and you cast the power to give them Sanctuary for 4-up in 1. They start to become, pretty tough.
There's a lot of cool stuff you can do. Ethereal Manipulations is great. Friendly Grey Knights unit within 6, doesn't have to be infantry. As long as they're shooting against something in half range, you reroll the hit roll.
So
Yeah, it's great. Edict Imperator, Warp Charge 7. That previous one was Warp Charge 7 as well. So, I mean, some of the powers are quite pricey, but remember you've got ways to buff that further with your innate +1 and then other ways as well. Edict Imperator is really nice. A Grey Knight's unit within 12. Unit can shoot as if it were a shooting phase and then immediately move.
Nice.
They can't advance.
Very cool.
They cannot advance, but they can move as if you move in phase, but you cannot shoot or charge this turn. So you can't shoot and then in your shooting phase shoot, nor can you charge. You can't use it to move up, but you can do that on, say, a unit of Purifiers to get them into their Super Smite range. You can do that on a unit to move them onto an objective. You can do that to move that on a unit out of line of sight. You can do it to get a unit out of... So it just says you can move as if it were your movement phase.
Yep.
So you can
it's a bit of a Fire and Fade-esque thing.
Yeah. So you can do that on a flyer if you wanted to. There's lots of little tricks you can do with it. It's limited by a 12-inch range of character model, but there's lots of cool stuff you can do with it. The next one, Empyrean Domination, Warp Charge 7, get a command point. Marvelous.
Perfect. Because Grey Knights have always struggled with their CP,
They're
mainly
always
because the main book CPs are basically almost all of them are overcosted.
All of these ones in here are generally pretty well costed.
They're actually reasonably
in my
costed.
opinion.
So you've got some decent tools there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the final one is probably the least exciting one, but I just love it from a ridiculous perspective. It's Warp Charge 5. Select one enemy unit within 1 inch of the Psycho. Okay. Roll a number of d6 equal to the result of your psychic test. Okay. If you roll a 1, for every 1 that you roll, that Psycho takes a mortal wound. Chef, this is really dumb. Why would I ever do this? Because on a 3+, the enemy unit takes a mortal wound.
It's like a psychic 1-inch punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically you just go absolutely supernova in combat. You could kill yourself, but you could also do several mortal wounds in combat.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I like it.
Those are the powers. You've got some new relics. I've talked about the litanies.
And the relics are actually useful.
All of these relics are great. I am taking 3 relics from here.
So you'll see them. Do you just want to tell us
You're
the
taking
you're
three
taking?
Well, let's
relics?
go into the list.
Yeah, let's go to the list.
You can't have 3 relics.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Spending the CP.
Spending the free CP out of my dual battalion.
Battalion! A good day to you, sir. A good battalion.
Battalion.
No! Please!
Stop! I also wanted to run a brigade, but I just couldn't make it work. It would have been like minimum units of purgation squads with no, heavy weapons, or dread knights with no guns. It just wasn't worth it. But what I am taking is, so I have a Grandmaster. He is my Warlord. I have given him first to the fray. You don't get any new Warlord traits in here, which is a pity because the Warlord traits are still a bit lackluster in my opinion. So first to the fray is still really good, guys. Reroll charges is just so useful for this style of army that I've got. He has a Nemesis Hammer and an Incinerator because I had some points spare. The Incinerator probably won't come up all that often, but it might, who knows. Powers wise, again, same as bid. Check the list below, it's all written in there. But essentially I have enough characters to take all of these powers, so it should be fine. I have given him the Sanctic Shard. So this is one of the new relics. When you take a psychic test for a model with this relic, you can re-roll the result.
That's nice.
Fantastic. In addition, add 1 to it. So
Perfect.
he's casting 2 powers, one of which has to be Smite. Because he only knows 1 power from the Dominus or the Sanctic Discipline, but that's fine. But he's adding 2 to that and re-rolling it. He's a beast.
Decent.
Now remember, you cannot super smite with Grey Knights. It's impossible to super smite, so you're not gunning for that +2. But it means that he is needing a free to cast a smite, which is probably doing 2 more wounds. Great. Makes him super consistent. And he'll have one of the higher to cast powers in here as well. So he's now casting one of these higher powers on a 5, re-rolling it. He's going to be super, super reliable. We then go on to a Brother Captain, an essential for the double range. Really, really good. He also has a hammer and he has a Stormbolter. Because the minute that you hit the tide of escalation for the 2 mortal wounds, you want that 24-inch range smite.
Yep.
That's super, super good. We have 3 units of strike marines in the troops section. They are all equipped with halberds and stormbolters. Nothing else fancy in here. We then have a unit of 10 interceptors. Hammer on the Justicar because I had some points spare. Falchions on everyone else. No other special weapons. A great unit.
Yep.
Really, really good unit. They give you some flexibility. That's a perfect target for something like that Edict Imperator because they've got the 12-inch move. Now you cannot use that power on them if they shunt because that's a redeploy. You are not allowed to move after you redeploy. So you can't do that. But it's because they've got that 12-inch move, they're a really good target for it. We then have a Storm Raven.
Yep.
You never see him.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. I've given them the Typhoon Missile Launcher, Hurricane Bolters, and Lance Cannons. It will give me some anti-tank punch. Now, didn't know what Beard's list was going to be before I wrote up my list, so encountering 16 Lance Cannons could be a problem.
No one expects the Brigade.
Could be a real problem. So I might just have to wear that. Is what it is, but hopefully I'll get the first turn. And what I'll probably do is I'll stick him in a bit of terrain, so he's -2 to hit. Bit rude, I know, but
Yeah, because it does work. No, but he's a flyer.
yes, but I don't believe aircraft or flyers are unable to benefit from terrain. I'll have to check that. Either way, he'll still count as having light cover. Not light cover. That's something completely unrelated. That's just normal cover. I'm thinking of Necromunda. I was looking at my friends playing Necromunda. They've got like super cover.
Are we not playing Necromunda?
We've not played Necromunda.
Are we not doing that right now?
No.
No.
We've done. We've never done Necromunda. Maybe in one turn, but yeah. So he would count as being in terrain.
Okay. But that really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it's not like, because I'm thinking prepared positions where
Yeah, prepared position explicitly excludes you. I will have to check this, but either way, I mean, I'm going to be in the Tide of Shadows. So, so he is potentially a big fire magnet, but I kind of wanted to run him, so if I get first turn, it'd be great. Inside him is a unit of 10 purifiers. Yeah.
Oh. That's
so it's a very eggs in basket, guys. It's a little bit different to the Land Raider one that I've done before, but yeah, it's still pretty cool.
It's a bit too cool not to do it though, isn't it?
Exactly. They just lands, these purifiers jump out, start burning stuff. Should be great. So they've all got falchions. There's a hammer on the Knight of Flame because I had some points. We then go on to my second battalion.
Medallion.
Battalion.
No, stop.
In here, I have a librarian. Reason being is because he has access to multiple powers. And having access to more than one Dominus power that your other characters are going to have is actually quite important, I think. He also has a new relic. He has the Artisan Nullifier Matrix. Librarian model only. Once per turn, when a psychic test is taken for a friendly Grey Knights unit within 6 inches of a model with this relic, you can increase or decrease by 1 the value shown on one of the dice. So you can use it to avoid perils. You can use it to bump up that to get it to cast. You can use it to get a super vortex. Lots of stuff that you can do with it. I then have Samson, the Brotherhood champion.
Samson's here.
Yes,
The bane of demons.
He's one of my favourite things.
Oh yes, there he is.
He's just I run him every time I use. He's a nice cheap
Weapon.
Yes, he's a nice cheap character slot. For the Grey Knights, and he can power up when he wants to. Now, I am going to give him the inner fire.
His magic trick.
No,
Made him
I am going to give him the inner fire from the Dominus. So when he does hit combat, he's just going to be burning. He's just going to explode with righteous fire. And I'm going to give him a relic. Now, normally I give him the Curator's Sacrifice for the 5-up shrug, which would ironically be very useful for inner fire, because then he could shrug off the wounds that he takes to himself, because he does only have 4 wounds. However, I'm going to give him something else instead. Now, I'm in 2 minds here, because there's 2 really good relics. One is the Augurium Scrolls, or the Augurium?
Tomato.
I'd say.
Augurium Scrolls, Augurium, whatever. When resolving an attack made with a Nemesis weapon by a model in a friendly Grey Knights unit within 6 inches of a model with this relic, unmodified rolls of 6, score an additional hit.
Very nice.
Lovely. Tesla Blades!
Yes.
The alternative is Blade of the Forsworn. So it's a model with a Nemesis Force Sword only, which is what he has to come with. Replaces that for a, it's still a Nemesis weapon. +1 strength, so it's already better than the Power Sword. -3, already the same. Flat 3 damage.
That's really nice.
Which is very nice, because D3 is a problem. In addition, when resolving an attack made with this weapon against a demon unit, an invulnerable saving throw cannot be made.
That's really nice.
My God.
So, as much as the Augurium Scrolls is a nice army boost, I think I'm going to go for Blade of the Forsworn.
And it's cool as hell as well.
Also, because of the fluff for it, it's taken from the Chambers of Purity under only the direst of circumstances. The Blade of the Forsworn is a relic weapon whose origins are unknown to any outside the Purifier Order. Whatever its history, the sword has proven its worth in many a battle against the Grey Knight's most hated adversaries. And he is a Purifier!
He has to have it.
I think he's going to take the Blade of the Forsworn.
That's what he had.
It's the Blade of the Forsworn!
Another magic trick.
Oh dear. Yeah, so I'm going to give him that. It makes him a real powerhouse in combat. It makes him, ironically, very good against all of your characters because they're all demons, because they're on a disc or they're a demon prince.
Well, unfortunately, yes. That's correct.
By great reveal, I'm dead.
So yeah, -3, flat 3 damage, no invuns on the demons. Yeah, makes him a powerhouse. So those are my 3 relics. They're all new from here. We then have, in the troop section, we have a unit of Terminators, 5-man Terminators, all with halberds barring the champion, who is also, I believe, called a Justicar. He has a hammer, again, points. No special weapons in there, and I have 2 units of 5 strike marines with swords because we didn't have enough halberds. Normally I would run the halberds for the extra strength, but it's fine. Again, no weapons in there. We also have a paladin ancient for the banner because +1 attack is really, really nice. And I also have an apothecary because bringing Terminators back to life is really, really nice.
Yes, it is.
Also, because they're characters, they give me more Dominus powers. So I can have like one of them that's just going to sit there regenerating command points. I can have one of them sat there changing the tide when I need to. There's lots of stuff that I can do.
Yeah. Definitely be changing the way that you build your
absolutely.
GK.
Absolutely. That's the list. This is a great book.
It's really interesting.
Yeah. I'm really excited about them.
I
very,
think
very, very excited about them.
I think they can compete now. They're not broken.
No.
They're not Space Marines. No. They're not 7 Elder Flyers. They're not Triptide. But they can absolutely cause some headaches for people now. And that is 1999.
Oh!
It's the same.
Wow. Okay. So the clash is about to begin, but on what battlefield will these 2 psychically gifted armies choose to compete? Let us find out. That's coming up next. The hammers of Titan descending here into the ruins of what was once a lush imperial city, now decimated by the machinations of the sons of Prospero. Psychic energy crackling around them, a mighty demon prince standing amidst the Zangor hordes, and the Rubrici leading the assault. This is 2,000 points. It is confined command. That is a Maelstrom of War mission from 2019 chapter approved, represented by Roku himself on our beautiful objectives strewn across the battlefield like so. Now, currently, both players have deployed, as we can see. Who is the attacker in this scenario?
That would be me.
How appropriate that it is the Thousand Sons that are the attackers, of course. Okay, so that does mean that he will have the option to go first, which we will cover in a moment. Just as a quick update, for those of you which may not be familiar with confined commands, the way it works is you build your deck, your Maelstrom objective deck. You always have 5 cards in hand, and when you reveal your cards at the beginning of your player turn, because your opponent is present, he can confine your command and tell you to put one of those cards back. That's not very nice. Put it back! Put it back! Put it back!
It's a bit rude, really.
So basically Maelstrom with a twist. So with that in mind, we do know that Mr. Beard does have the option to go first. He's deployed pretty much all of your forces here. There's nothing in reserve. Is that correct, Mr. Beard?
That is correct.
Okay, and yet over here on the forces of the Grey Knights, we can see interceptors standing across the levels of this bombed out building. We see the Terminator squad down here, a Strike Marine squad, another Strike squad and another Strike squad. The Librarian's present, the Captain is present, so is the Apothecary. And the Grandmaster with the Incinerator, +1 Storm Raven. So that leaves us with a number of units in reserve. Well, we've got the Purifier Squad, I assume. Have they started in there?
Purifiers, and so I'm going all in, guys!
Okay.
Purifiers and the Brotherhood Champion is inside there.
Right, and so is it just the Ancient that's striking you?
The Ancient, and I have 2 of the other strike squads. So 1 sword, 1 halberd.
So he's got some cards up his sleeve, so to speak, but not many.
Nope.
Not many. Okay, so Mr. Beard, will you be choosing to take first turn?
I shall.
He shall.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Will there be an attempt at a seize the initiative?
Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, I see.
I curse your dice.
Well,
Why are you so rude?
Yes.
All I'm trying to do
he's
is
a Chaos
defend
player.
This. I don't know. By the 666th right.
let's see if you're a true son of Titan. Mr. Chef seizing the initiative. 1 to the 6. Oh!
I saw it. Okay.
It's a 5. So
That's fine.
the Thousand Suns will indeed be going first. So with no further ado, it will be their movement phase coming up next. Okay, it's card drawing time for the first turn of the Thousand Suns. Mr. Beard, what are you deploying card-wise, sir?
Secure objective 2.
Okay, very nice. Secure objective 2. That's right here in your deployment zone there, Beard.
Very good. Secure objective 6.
Okay, okay. Center of the battle.
In the Crucible of Chaos.
The Crucible of Chaos there, okay.
The Wrath of Magnus.
D3 victory points if at least one enemy unit was destroyed by units from your army during the psychic phase this turn.
Ooh, tough one. Because really, a lot of your psychic stuff won't be in range. So, I will let you keep the Wrath of Magnus. I will let you keep secure objective 6.
Oh!
But secure objective 2 can go back in your hand.
Okay.
Secure objective 2, the one that was in his deployment zone, has been confined.
So I now replace it with one of the
Yes.
other 2? Okay, and I can choose which one.
You can choose which one. It obviously can't be that one that goes back into your hands.
No.
Secure objective 4.
Secure objective 4.
Okay.
That is this one here.
So
6 and 4 are in play. And we have the Wrath of Magnus in play. It must destroy a unit in the psychic phase. I suppose it is technically possible after some movement. Let's see if he can. It's the movement phase coming up next. Here they come. The Thousand Suns rolling incredibly well on their advance moves. And in fact, the majority of the forces moved.
I got 4 6s on my advances.
Yeah, he really did. And then the 5th was a 5.
A 5 and a 3.
Absolutely remarkable.
that is your...
My luck's done.
yeah, that's your allowed amount of 6s this game.
Yeah.
Well, we shall see. We shall see. Now, that does mean that effectively the majority of the Rubricae have now come centre field. He does have units, both the Zangors here on objective 4, and of course the Rubricae unit here on objective 6. So he will be claiming both of those. Both of these Rubricae units hanging back a little bit, but are within 3 inches of the objective there. Did your Predators move at all? Did they just remain stationary?
So these 2 Predators have moved to
Right.
get to range of the Storm Raven.
Okay, so you're just eyeing that up back there.
Yeah,
Okay.
this one stayed put, this Hellbrute stayed put, and this Hellbrute has moved.
Okay, fair enough. So a little bit of mixed moving there. And then over here on the left flank, we do have a Rubricae unit hanging back a little bit as well in this ruin. Now, the tides. The tides are for the Grey Knights, the Tide of Shadow, of course.
Yes.
As we've mentioned in the pre-game list analysis, it's pretty much 9 times out of 10 I expect people will start on this if they're a Grey Knight player. So what that means is, if he's in cover, he gets a -1 to hit, and even if he's not in cover, he counts as being in cover.
Yay!
So everything at the moment is either in cover and getting the -1 to hit, or in the case of the Terminators, they're not in cover, so they will still count as having
I'll
cover
still have
save,
my 1-up save.
but you won't be -1.
No.
And we did double check, and it does appear that the Storm Raven would benefit entirely from it. So not only does he count as having a cover save, so he's got a 2+ save now. If he were, say, within this ruin,
I couldn't fit him in there, guys. That's why he's not there.
like you could put the base there, couldn't you? And he would be a -1 to hit.
But due to the deployment zone, the base would have been slightly out.
No, yes, you couldn't fit in there, but just as an example.
Yes.
So
So
if
I
that was a
could
square
fit him there.
ruin and he was there, he would be a -1 to hit. So they're -2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is nice.
It's very interesting, isn't it? And imagine Land Raiders parked in these things as well.
That's
It all
very
becomes-
interesting.
It's more interesting for Grey Knights because they can Gate of Infinity them.
Yeah.
So, well, look, very, very, very cool so far. Now, Mr. Beard has advanced with the majority of his force, so they won't be doing as much shooting as normal, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have any firepower. But before that, we've got the all-important Psychic phase. Will he be able to cast anything? Let's find out. It's coming up next. Here it is. We open with Smites from this Rubric unit. 24-inch range, effectively, because they get +6 inches, being 1,000 Suns, and this is the nearest visible unit, the Strike Marines inside this ruin.
Yes.
Mr. Beards, good luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
For
Here
Prospero.
we go.
For Magnus, it's a 4 and a 5, 6, 7.
All right.
All right.
So, which unit was this from? Sorry.
This one
This
over here.
unit of Rubric.
Okay. So, and how many do we have? Because I've got about 10 denies here, guys.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to think of what's the best way to do this. Because I just want to minimise stuff.
Very ominous. It's weird.
Yes, it is.
Well, we've got Hurricane Brenda here in the UK.
Brenda.
Brendan.
So Brendan even, yeah.
I mean,
Brendan.
they can be Brenda if they want.
They can be Brenda if they want, yeah.
I will attempt to deny with that unit.
Blowing up a storm. So you're going to attempt to deny
A psychic storm.
a Psychic Maelstrom.
Very
very good.
thematic.
Here we go.
Cast on a 7, yeah?
Yep.
Denied.
It is denied. Mr. Chef feeling very smug.
It begins.
Mr. Beard very upset. The second unit of Rubric will not be denied, Mr. Beard says off camera. Into this unit here.
Smite them again. Smite them
Will they
again.
be smitten? No.
No. Pick these dice up.
The Shaman now of the Zangors casts Smite through the ruins into the Strike Marines.
Smite them!
Smite, that's looking more prominent. 5 and a 1.
Yep, goes off.
Goes off on a 6. What's in range to deny?
Okay, so I could deny with that unit themselves. I could also, I've got 2 denies with the Librarian. So he will attempt to deny. The Librarian. He denies you.
He denies. Oh dear. The 1,000 Suns being systematically shut down here.
What's happening?
Okay, well, let's see if the Demon Prince can get the powers. He's going to do a smite first.
A smite first, here we are.
Right, well, that is a super smite.
Try and deny that, chef!
Careful what you got.
Right, so whilst Mr. Beard has finally got his glasses back,
You can see it now, everyone.
you've been having a think. You can actually deny on the roll of a double 6 because you're +1.
I can. You have asked me to try and deny it.
I did.
And try I shall. Potentially you could use the Aegis here for the 3d6.
Yep, pretty nice.
And quite possibly I will do that. It's
Storm
really
outside.
windy. We will attempt to deny with the... That's from the Demon Prince, isn't it? So we will attempt to deny with the Brother Captain here. He's going to use the Aegis for 2 CP.
Okay.
It's 2 CP!
Oh.
2 CP.
No.
It was a valid effort.
Never mind.
But not a
Okay.
success. Okay. So, that is D6 mortal wounds. If Beard rolls a 5 or a 6, he will kill the unit. And Sat, it's a 3.
I'll take the 3.
He's going to take the 3.
It's fine.
Okay, so he's trying to get the Wrath of Magnus here. Now, this unit must be destroyed in the Psychic phase. Beard
will
is already
finish them
pointing
off
to another power,
with
Infernal
Infernal
Gateway.
Yeah.
Are you
From
in range now?
the same Prince. Is he in
Twe-
range now?
Oh,
Chef,
oh,
doing shenanigans there.
Well, not shenanigans, he's following the rules.
Yeah, Lawrence.
Doing shenanigans.
I'm not sure he is, you know, at this point. 18. No, he's not.
Oh dear.
Interesting.
It's not in range.
Okay.
He's removed the range there, Chef.
Alright, well I'll do his other power. I'll do Diabolic Strength just in cases.
Okay.
We may as well. No, doesn't go off.
Fails
You can have
that.
that. And you can also do the perils that you did to yourself as well.
Oh yeah, the perils.
Oh yes, of course. The double 6. Let's not forget that. It's 2 mortal wounds.
Okay.
All right, Prince. Feeling a bit tender. Let's see what he does next. Right, so we have the aspiring sorcerer here, not the warlord one. What's he casting, Mr.
Excuse
Beard?
me, he's an exalted sorcerer. Thank you very much.
I mean,
he has earned the
exalted.
right to fly on the disc
Yes.
of Tzeentch. He is going to cast a smite into the same unit, and then he's going to cast Infernal Gaze.
Okay, he's looking for this smite to go off to really kill that unit.
Even with your +1.
Even with a +1, that's a problem. Okay, maybe he isn't a smite sorcerer.
Okay,
We'll
fair
do
enough.
Infernal Gaze.
A 6 and a 6.
I could have done with that for the smite, really.
Right, well, the
couldn't I?
Infernal Gaze is very likely to go off.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is use a command point, I think, because it's already gone off on a well, even if I rolled a 1 now, it would be an 8 because of his +1.
Yes.
And I don't want him to take the mortal wounds, so I use a command point.
He's going to use the command point on that,
Okay.
and does roll a 1.
That's fine, so that
Which
is...
makes it
goes up an
much
8.
more deniable, but I'm not sure if Chef has any units in range there.
So, have I denied with that unit?
Yes,
yet?
you have.
I have.
That was your first attempt,
It
as
was
I
my
recall.
first attempt.
Just 12 command points.
Looks like I am out of range.
Right, so
there.
luckily he can't be denied.
Well, my first attempt was with that unit actually.
Oh, really?
Because they were out of range of everything else.
Okay.
But I can't recall if I haven't needed to deny. Because I did the deny with the brother captain. I've done a deny. They're going to attempt to deny.
Okay, he's attempting to deny.
I deny.
And he denies it. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's now up to the warlords. This exalted sorcerer doing a smite. And then he says he's going to do a Doombolt. Which are you doing first?
Let's do the Doombolt first, because
Okay.
it's more exciting.
And that's into the same unit, is it?
Same unit, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, no, let me do the smite first.
He's doing the smite.
Is
Okay.
that unit closer
Oh,
though?
that unit's closer.
They might be closer.
Well,
Let's
I'm
measure
pretty
it up.
sure
Let's
they
measure
are.
it. That's relatively
So
tight,
that's
actually.
18 there, and that's because I've removed that front guy. That's the 18 there.
Yeah,
so,
Got it.
Okay, well, we'll do the Doombolt first.
Yeah, because if you kill them and then smite's going on them anyway.
The Doombolt
Goes off.
goes
Nine.
off, because that is
10.
10. I needed a 9.
Okay, very cool.
Now, Chef, if you deny this, I might have to unleash, open the door and unleash Brenda upon you.
Okay, so the librarian looks like he's out of range there. So the librarian's not denying anything again this turn. Neither of those two characters. I do have the Terminators, that strike squad, and the Interceptor. The Terminators, they will show their brethren
Attempts to deny.
how it is done.
Mr. Beard effectively rolling a 10 with the +1.
Ah, that goes off.
Oh no, they do fail to deny. That does go off.
Okay.
Doombolts.
D3 mortal wounds.
It is a 3. That is
Huzzah!
the unit wiped. So he has secured not only first strike with that, but he's secured the Wrath of Magnus. Also taking a unit off of that objective if it became relevant in the next turn.
And now he's going to get a super smite on this unit and destroy that as
Okay,
well. Are you
super
ready?
smite. Yes, everyone's ready. It's an 8. Again, he gets
Nearly.
+1 because of the gear.
Do you know what 8 plus 1 is?
9.
Oh! What does it mean?
Now, why is he getting the +1? Is it his warlord trait?
Yeah, so he's got, no, he's got the relic.
He's got the relic. Okay,
Yeah, the relic from the...
From Psychic Awakening.
So yeah, incidentally, that actually would have been 3 mortal wounds over there because it's the Warlord.
Yes.
Oh,
It's
of
an
course
extra
he gets a
Warlord.
Yes.
+1.
Yes.
Yeah.
So again, so this smite will do D3 +1.
Yeah,
because of his
quite
Warlord.
nasty.
It is very nice. So we are going to attempt to deny with the unit that are being smoten. They deny you.
Oh wow! No, wait. Oh yes,
I
because
get
you're +1.
+1.
Oh!
It's 9 + 1 is 10.
Right, we do have the last unit of Rubric that are within smite range. They're here, casting smite also there. Beard's kicking himself because he wished that he'd remembered to do the Brotherhood of Sorcery.
Well, I was confident this was going to be a more successful psychic phase. I thought I'd leave it for later on when I have a few more powers in range. But yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Good chat.
Too late.
Brendan
That's
is angry.
Magnus's
Brendan.
wrath outside.
Yeah.
Okay,
Right,
here we go.
So the last aspiring sorcerer is going to smite into this unit over here.
Okay.
Okay.
It goes on the 5.
Yeah, because you ignore the penalties.
That unit has already attempted to deny.
Yes, but the interceptors are out of range of the sorcerer, so they cannot deny.
Hooray!
And yeah, that unit's already done it. So it goes off. It is one
mortal wound.
Right. One mortal, one strike marine is slain. Right. Are there any other powers going off in this psychic phase?
There's not, because everything else is out of range.
Right. Okay, fair enough. Then we will come right back in the shooting phase. Right, we're in the shooting phase and the predators open up. But not before 1 CP's been spent on the middle predator that's moved here. Blasphemous Machines has been put on him, which, if I remember correctly, you count the stationary?
Yeah, you ignore the penalty.
Yes. Okay, great. So, what are you opening up with, sir?
Well, I'm also going to use one more command point to implement kill shot.
Well, there we go.
Yes.
Such a weird strategy. Like any of those like triple requirement strategies I just find so strange.
Yes. I think they're fantastic.
Well,
you will at this very moment, Mr. Beard. So, I wonder what you're firing at.
Well, I'll be firing.
Clearly the strike team.
Clearly the strike marines.
Straight into the strike marines. No, into the storm raven.
Okay.
And back over there. They are now all in range because they all have moved.
Yep.
So that's nice. So I'm going to start off with this one back here because he is not going to get the. Well, he's going to be hitting on a -2 essentially. It's going to be 5 and 6s to hit.
Yes.
Here we go. One hit.
Wait.
And I'll be wounding on.
It's +1, isn't it?
Yes.
So 2s.
These are wounds, which otherwise wouldn't have been. So very nice. -3.
-3. So 5 up save thanks to the Tide of Shadows.
Yes, indeed.
It goes
just
through.
fails. Okay. D6 damage. Is only a 1.
But +1 because of kill shot.
Okay, so he keeps that. So
I'm going to use a command point.
Okay.
Because I'm very upset about that. Here we go.
Okay.
Sorcery.
I'd say that is a genuinely
I'm gonna make a space. We're gonna roll it here
Mr.
gently.
Beard. Oh dear, it becomes a 6 + 1, 7 wounds.
It wasn't cocked, but
The next predator now, already a damaged Storm Raven. I was hoping we might see it do something.
No!
It looks like it might do nothing. Let's do the next round of fire. Las cannons opening up, streaking across the sky. That's all of... No, sorry, that's two of them hit because he is an inbuilt -1. Okay, and then to wounds. 2s because of kill shot. Right.
Yeah.
1 wounds, 1 fails. D6 to
5.
save. Needs a 5,
Oh,
gets a 2.
I'm going to command reroll.
He's command re-rolling it. He gets a 1. Okay. Oh no! Big news, everybody! He's destroyed it.
For Brendan.
Oh dear! The purifiers now going down in a gout of flame from this Storm Raven, or are they?
Rat Samson was too much for me.
I
He
lose
loses 2. Okay, fair enough. So he'll deploy them around that in just a moment, and then we'll resume our shooting phase. That leaves the final predator here, opening up, of course, against the dangerous target, the Terminators here. Killshot won't apply against them, as they're not a vehicle, but he does hit an all 4. Okay, it's 2s, 3 1s, and a single wound.
No luck turns around.
Redemption! So I have a 4 up save.
You have a 4 up save because
you
it's the
don't.
Tide of Shadow. He counts as having
It
1
means
up.
nothing!
It means nothing! D6 damage. Anything but a 1. Mr. Beard rolls a 2. Well done. Kills a Terminator. I wonder if the Apothecary will see some action and bring 1 back. We'll have to see. This Hellbrute now opening up against the Terminators also.
Yes. So we'll do the one that's moved first.
Okay.
1
hit.
hits once.
He wounds once. Mr. Sheriff does fail that save also. D6 damage. He kills another Terminator there. Alright, and then we have the second Hellbrute.
Yes.
2 hits this time.
Yes.
2 wounds this time.
Oh.
Yeah. I saved 1.
He saves
at
1
least.
finally, but
Jeez.
another Terminator potentially killed. Yes, he is. 3 Terminators down. Okay. just the Zangor Enlightened left on the field that have valid range and are able to fire despite moving. Let's see what happens. Right, folks, so actually what happened is one of the Zangor Enlightened units did advance, but they would have ignored that because of the +1 to hit from the Shaman. However, he's out of range now, and also this middle unit that didn't advance anyway is also out of range. However, this unit on the right is in range, and it's also going to open up against the Terminators.
They did advance.
Oh, they did advance?
They did advance. Yeah.
Okay. But with the +1 to hit, because of the Shaman being within 6 inches, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Okay.
I was just remembering in my brain box.
Doing a remember.
Doing a remember. Okay, here we go. They've got 2 shots each with their fake caster great bows.
Yep.
So 3s. Rerolling the 1 because of the fella.
Yep.
Fella that's there.
Exalted Sorcerer.
Thank you.
Yep.
5 hits. I'll be winning with 3s and strength 5.
Okay, that's 3
3 wounds.
wounds.
Minus 1.
So 2 up save because I'm technically in cover.
Disgusting.
And he makes all of them.
Where was that earlier against last cannons?
And with that, that concludes this turn for the Thousand Suns. A good turn, I would say. Secure objective 4, 6. That's worth 2 points there. Wrath of Magnus. I did destroy a unit in the psychic phase, so D3 points.
Just about.
Here we go, Mr. Beard.
D3.
D3. He rolls a 3, so he gets another 2 points. So he's on 4 points plus first strike. 5 points to the Thousand Suns.
Nice.
As we return. Well, I say return as we go to the Grey Knights turn 1. That's coming up next. It's turn 1 for the Grey Knights. Area Denial has been placed down, Supremacy, and 1 hidden card. We also do need to roll a quick morale check for the Terminator unit from the previous turn.
Do that now.
No, he's okay. No issues there. Mr. Beard, which card are you going to confine, sir?
No. 1, 2. Is there another one around here? Where are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's looking at the
Where's
objectives.
the 6th one? 1, 2. Oh, it's under my Predator.
It's only you, Fred.
So, you're not going to get Supremacy. What's this?
Well, I'm not going to tell you.
What is it? You can have... Yeah, that,
Okay.
that will go
Well,
away.
let them have those two.
Thank you very much. Priority orders received for Master the Warp.
Oh, it was some kind of gamble.
It was a ruse!
Ah, no, what ruse was it? Well done, sir. Congratulations. Well played.
Medallion to you, sir.
Medallion, yes.
The movement phase is complete. The Purifiers emerging from the burning wreckage are now making their way towards this ruin here, half of them in amongst the rubble. The Interceptors have moved forwards, no shunt as of yet, and the Strike Marines here have remained within these ruins, the Grandmaster behind them. However, the Terminators have edged their ways towards the Thousand Suns battle line, the Librarian supporting them, as is the Apothecary, and this Strike Marine unit has remained stationary effectively on that objective there. So there will be one roll, one piece of admin this turn. I believe the Apothecary wishes to be somebody. Is this correct?
He's going to bring someone back to life.
Will he indeed? His Narthesium, what does it do?
It brings someone back to life.
It does bring a Terminator back to life.
Huzzah!
We begin the psychic phase.
You mean the denial phase?
We begin the psychic phase. The Grandmaster himself casts Sanctuary
Yes.
on the Interceptors, or will he?
Yes. So he gets +1 for Brotherhood of Psychers.
Yep.
And he also gets another +1 for his Sanctic Shard.
The Sanctic Shard, and he can also reroll Psychic Test.
Yes, he
Sanctic
can.
Shard also.
Well, that goes off on
A 9
+2.
plus 1,
That's an
or
11.
+2 is an 11. Do you wish to try and deny the 4+ invulnerable save that the Interceptors are now have been granted?
Yes.
Okay. A valiant efforts, but not good enough. A 9 versus
He's
11
done.
fails.
Okay.
Okay, this unit has Sanctuary. Do we know what the next power is, Mr. Chef?
No. Now, immediately after doing that, because he is casting power, I'm going to spend 1 CP for Empiric Surge. So one of the new stratagems, everyone within 6 gets +1 to cast.
Talking of new stratagems, I forgot to use one of them in my turn earlier on. There is one that allows me to spend a command point to ignore a perils result, which would, well, It doesn't
Which would have
really
been
matter too much.
Better than using the CP
Yeah,
reroll.
but there was a risk that it could have gone horribly wrong for him.
That's true.
So yes, don't forget your stratagem to ignore your perils. Everyone at home that plays Thousand Suns.
And now the Strike Marines are going to be casting this unit here up against the rubbled walls. So, what are we doing?
They are casting Gate of Infinity upon the Purifiers.
There we go. Surprise, surprise. Gate of Infinity. Right. Now
with
that
a
is a
plus-
4.
Yes.
But because of Empiric Surge, because of Brotherhood of Psychers,
Yes.
that becomes a +2 effectively.
It's cast.
It is cast.
Or is it?
But it's a 6. That
I'm going to try and
Beards.
deny it with my Shaman.
Checking his focal lenses, the Shaman.
I don't have anyone that has +1 to the deny. So it doesn't really matter who I do it with, but he is further away from some of the units. So
The Shaman.
yes, so I need what?
You will need. Well, I got a 6, so you need a 7.
He needs a 7.
9.
Mr. Beards rolling in the house a 5,
Oh, it's an
6,
8.
7, 8. He does deny it.
But it's not a 9.
It's not a 9, but it is a deny. With the Interceptors stopped in their tracks, they instead cast Hammerhand on the Interceptor units.
Yes,
That
they do.
is
That's
a 9
10.
plus 1, 10.
They're not within.
They're not in
6.
range of Empiric Surge, no. Okay. Mr. Beard,
Please.
he finds this whole thing ludicrous, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have got Hammerhand on them, and they've also got Sanctuary on them now.
Yes.
And that's a buffed up Interceptor unit so far. Do you know what you're going to cast next, or would you like us to return?
Return to me.
Okay. The Apothecary now, just tucked in here behind the Terminators, will now cast that new psychic power, Empyrean Domination.
Yes.
Which immediately gives you another CP,
Get a
because
CP.
why not?
Yeah.
Epic
Cast-
power.
Cast on a 7.
Okay, cast on a 7.
With a
That
plus
is a
2.
successful cast. So with a +2, he's on a 10 there, Beard.
Okay,
Needs
so
roll
I'll do
11
my
there.
4th tonight, this time with the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons. You'll have none of it.
5, 6, 7,
8.
8 has failed to deny that, Mr.
quite.
Beard. You've failed to deny that, haven't you?
Have a little bit.
Armoured Resilience now is being cast. Who's casting that?
This is the Brother Captain.
Brother Captain, and casting it on.
The Interceptors.
And that's a +1, it's a -1 to wound.
Yeah,
then.
they are minus
Yes.
1 to wound.
Okay.
That is cast on a 6. Ooh, okay,
First
so
perils
then
of the match.
this is what I'm going to do.
Grey Knights.
I am going to, let's have a think. So if I use a command reroll, could do that. I'm just thinking I get +2 because obviously I've got the new relic which allows me to increase one of these dice by 1, so that would make it a 3, so a 5. So it wouldn't cast, but I wouldn't perils.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do that and keep my CP.
So your new relic.
So the new relic, which is called the Artisan Nullifier Matrix.
Yep. It's because that unit cast was cast within 6 inches.
Yes.
You add 1 to one of the results, and that has now stopped you doing the perils.
Indeed. So
Okay.
it doesn't go off
No.
because even with the +2, it's still cast on a 6. But it means that I save my CP.
Very nice. Okay. The Librarian now, just back here, casting Etheric Manipulation on to the Terminators. What does that do, Chef?
No, this is going on to the,
Oh, the Interceptors?
Interceptors. So
Okay.
this is when they're shooting at something within half range, they reroll all failed hits.
Okay, so this is a super buffed unit at the
Well,
moment.
it's rerolled the hit, not failed hit. So
Okay.
it's Chapter Master rerolls.
Very cool.
If they're within half range. Okay, so I will command reroll the test.
Okay.
So do I reroll 1 or both?
You reroll 1.
It is 1, yeah.
Yes.
I can never remember. Oh dear.
He rolls another 1.
He does perils. That is unfortunate.
This is what happens when you play with the warp.
Take a
And he
wound.
rolls up another 1, so it's a single mortal wound. Mr. B is very pleased with this. Right, some more CP shenanigans here now on this Librarian. 1 CP being spent on Powerful
I don't want
Adept.
to do that. Sorry, I'm just thinking.
Oh, he's having it.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Ignore me.
Okay, he's not going
Ignore
to
me.
spend the CP. It's never happened.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
There's rules in war.
Perhaps you've actually chosen the Cult of Time rather than the Cult of
The
Magic.
cult of manipulation.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Yes.
cult of
Stuff.
things and
Called
Yes.
snakes and things?
yes.
That's Alpha Legion, surely. But I am
We are
looking-
everywhere.
Right, Chef, you have decided what you're doing.
So I'm doing Edict Imperator. It only has a 12-inch range. The reason why I was thinking about maybe doing it on the Purifiers was so that they could get some shots and move up a little bit further.
Yep.
But there's only like one guy in range. The movement would be nice, but I'll kind of get over it.
Okay.
So instead, I'm going to do it on the Terminators because they will not be charging this turn anyway due to the distance.
So that basically gives them a free move if it's cast.
Yeah, they get to shoot first.
Yep.
Then they get to move.
Yep.
Then they cannot shoot or charge this turn.
Yep.
Does it go off first of all? With a +2, it does not.
Okay, so it needs a 7.
It needs a 7.
Fair enough. All right, that's that. Do you know what you're casting next?
So now we will go over to the. So you've cast your 1, you've cast your 2, you've cast your 1, you've cast your 1, you've cast your 1, you've cast your 1. You're out of range of all of your stuff because of Rites of Banishment. So it's just the units now. It's pretty much just going to be smites.
Okay. So where will you be opening?
Should. Okay. Yeah, so none of them are in the 6-inch bubble range. So there's no just a normal +1 here, but they are all in range of the Bravo Captain for the 24-inch smite. So it's all going to be on this unit here, essentially.
Okay, and we are still in the Tide of Shadow.
Yes, we
Okay,
are.
so we'll not be getting the +1 to damage on this smite.
We'll start with this unit here.
Yep.
That is cast with a +1 on a 7.
Okay, I will try and deny with. Is he in range? Who's casting
unit
this?
here.
This unit. I'll do it with my not Warlord.
You're not Warlord.
Okay.
My not Warlord. Is he in range? No.
Well, he's there, isn't he? So.
Oh yeah, there he
he's
is.
definitely in range.
Yeah, my not Warlord.
To deny.
What'd you get? A 7?
A 7.
He rolls a 7,
Okay.
so no.
Goes off. It's 1 mortal wound on
One
that unit of Rubrics.
mortal
'cause they're
wound.
the closest.
So one of these is slain, Mr. Beard.
Okay. We will then go on to the Terminators. They're going to cast Smite as well.
Yep.
Goes off with a +1 on a 9.
Right, I'll try and deny this with.
I believe they'll get the +2 though, won't they?
I don't think they're within 6 of the Grandmaster.
Oh, of course, because it was the Grandmaster that did it.
just out of
Just
range
out.
by the looks
Okay,
of it.
no problem.
Right, have I denied but my Warlord yet? I don't believe I have.
Don't believe
No.
so.
No, the Warlord, the Lord of War.
That's
6,
a 9.
7, 8, 9. Okay.
So it does go off.
Goes
Another
off
one
just.
is slain.
And next.
Yes, and then we will do this unit here. They are going to cast Astral Aim on themselves.
Okay, this is on the Interceptors themselves. 3, 4,
goes off.
5 goes off.
Which unit was that?
This one here.
That one there. I'll do my last deny with the Aspiring Sorcerer over
Yes,
here.
and the Rubric at the back this time. 5, 6, 7. He does deny that.
Cool.
Okay. That, I believe, concludes the psychic phase.
It do.
The Grey Knights, yeah, you can see how potent they can be.
+2's nice.
Interesting stuff there. Let's see what happens in the shooting phase next. Rubric still pretty much standing at full strength. The smite's just doing a light bit of damage. See if the shooting can soften them up further. Well. The chef is doing orbital bombardment, almost never seen, but this is one of those occasions where it's actually really rather interesting. The Grandmaster didn't move, and we do have a whole clumped up bunch of Rubricae and so forth there.
Yes.
So where are you putting it?
So I'm going to put it essentially just here, because then at least an inch will at minimum get these 2 separate units of Zangor, which is nice, and obviously high roll is even better.
Cool. So it is 3 CP.
It is.
Rolling now. Here we go.
The radius. Oh shit.
Your bombardment.
3 CP.
Your bombardment.
Are you going to use a CP to re-roll?
I don't want to. I've got so many
4
other stratagems
CP.
that I want to use. It's fine because I've got powers to regenerate. So that's better.
Hey, there you go.
4 CP though.
4 CP for
but
this.
that is going to hit the rubrics, both units of these Zangor here, the Shaman, the Demon Prince. That's how are they split up here?
Right, so you've got that's a unit. These 3 are a unit. These 3 are a unit.
So that triangle there's a
Yeah.
unit. Okay, so they're safe. But I will be getting the Shaman, these 2 units, these 2 Rubricae. So okay, fine.
Most things.
Things. So this rear Rubricae. No. This Rubricae. No. The Zangor. Yes, they take 1 mortal wound. Okay. This Rubricae. Yes, they take 2 mortal,
2 mortal wounds. Leaving just the Aspiring Sorcerer left.
The Warlord, yes, because it's -1. He takes 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
This unit of Zangor here, yes, they will take 1 mortal wound. This Demon Prince here,
Yep.
yes, because even though he's a character, he takes 3 mortal wounds.
Wow,
And
he's
then
already badly hurt.
the Shaman, no. Okay, so I managed to wound your characters and weaken the rubrics. I will accept this.
Fair enough.
Was it 4 CP? Probably not.
Right, folks, a stratagem has just been employed. One of the new ones, steady advance on the interceptors, meaning they count as stationary, also meaning that they can effectively fire their rapid fire at full range with the Bolt of Discipline. So, 40 shots here going through to the Zangor Enlightened.
Okay.
Very, very cool. Let's see what he can do.
So I have no rerolls here, but that's fine.
No, because he didn't get that power off.
Well, I mean, that's only in half range anyway, but I was kind of
Sure.
banking on other things.
Yep.
So we're looking for freeze.
Okay, first spread there.
That was a miss.
And-
What's their toughness? 4.
And you haven't put Cybolt ammo on this?
No. I'm not going to use... There's no point. Well, I mean, the extra strength would be nice, so that wounding on freeze, but they've got an invuln anyway, so the AP is kind of a waste.
Yep, just clarifying. So,
Look at...
he's dropping dice. You can't hold dice in the hand.
It's all going horribly wrong.
Okay,
4s. Okay, maybe extra strength would have been nice. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 saves.
Reroll that as cocked.
No, I think I knocked that one over, mate.
Oh,
so
you knocked it.
Okay.
How many?
13 saves there, Mr. Beard.
13.
if you take away 4,
13.
that's 9.
That's true.
He's not wrong!
He's not
He's
wrong,
not
is
wrong! There it is.
Excellent.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they did.
he? Okay.
You killed them, first
Zangor
strike!
have been slain. That is first strike. Right, next up, 4 Strike Marines here in the ruins, firing at this Zangor Enlightened unit.
Yes.
See if they can find their mark.
Discipline.
And these guys will get the reroll ones
Yes,
because the
because
Grandmaster is there.
Grandmaster, exactly.
Okay.
Wow, quite a few 2s, unfortunately, but
Alright, never mind. The ones. Okay.
okay.
Looking for
Spread of
4s
hits.
again. Okay, that's alright.
Yeah.
5 wounds.
5 wounds, you say?
Yes.
5 wounds. Okay, so 2. So one's already lost a wound, so 2 are dead.
Okay, nice.
2 Enlightened slain. Do you know what we're firing next, Chef?
Yes, we will go over to the librarian. He will fire at that lone guy there.
Okay.
Should be ballistic skill 3.
Librarian over here, firing into the
Ballistic
lone
skill 2. Wow. Okay.
Zangor.
And yes, so his 4 shots into that same enlightened. They will hit.
All 4 find the mark. 4s again.
3
3
wounds.
wounds this time. Okay.
Librarian angry that he perils.
Good. Kill the second. Yes, he
Oh.
does. Okay. That's 2 units of Zangor Enlightened slain now. Let's see what Chef does next. Brother Captain now, opening up at the Zangor unit on the left flank.
They will hit. We're looking for 4s. That is 1 wound.
Just 1 wound this time.
Into what, sorry?
Into this Zangor unit.
Okay.
Does
Okay.
take 1 wound.
Uses a wound.
Okay. Next, Chef.
We will go on to the Terminators. Same target.
Okay.
Let's have a think.
All right, let's let them have a think. The strike squad over here, just behind this ruin, into the Zangor unit now.
Okay, so we're looking for freeze. I'll just re-roll the one that fell off the table, everyone. Okay. That's expected. There's a big old blob of ruins in the way. One more
1
wound.
One already took a wound previously, so 1 is dead.
Yes.
1 more save. He's okay.
1 6, he's fine. All right, do you know what you're doing next?
We
Chef?
will then go on to the Terminators at the same target.
Okay, here we go then.
Leave these Zangors alone.
No!
Doesn't seem to like them, does he?
No.
The Terminators are not in the roll range?
No,
is
they're
that
not.
correct?
They're
Okay.
not. Oh, that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds on those Enlightened.
Okay, 6 wounds.
Oh, nice.
But you do kill them.
There we
They are
go.
dead.
All 3 units have Enlightened slain. Brutal stuff there. Stormbolt of Fire finding its mark. Interceptors. This is it. Charging both the Aspiring Sorcerer from the Rubric unit and, of course, this Warlord.
Oh, yes. Yes. Right, Overwatch. He has a Warpflame pistol, so he's out of range. So 1 Inferno pistol.
Okay. The charge. Hey. 7.
7.
Sufficient.
Okay. Let's then measure that up.
3 inches
and we'll
along.
come right back.
1
It
inch
looks
up.
like it's okay.
4 inches along. Okay,
Right.
with the pun.
Terminators now also declaring a charge. They do need an 11 getting up the stairs and around the interceptors, etc., to make it to the Aspiring Sorcerer. Let's see if they can. Blinked, didn't it? So it's a 7. So they have not made that charge.
That's it.
That is the charges done. We'll come right back in the fight phase coming up next. And here it is. Pile-ins have happened here. We have 2 that are able to attack the Warlords. The remaining Strike Marines, or rather Interceptors, are going to try and cut down the Aspiring Sorcerer.
There is a really cool, I'm not going to use it now, there's a really cool stratagem which you can use from the new book called Yoked Automa. And essentially when a character has been successfully charged, you can pick a unit of Rubric Marines or a unit of Scarab Cult Terminators, and they can heroically intervene as if they were a character, but it's a 2d6 heroic intervention rather than 3 inches.
Yeah, it's really
cool.
Nice if you've got the.
If you've got the Terminators, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, that's tasty.
It's very cool.
I like that.
All right, are you ready to do your attacks?
Yes, we will start with the attacks on the Warlords.
Okay.
Okay.
So no rerolls available, so that's 3 hits.
But I am wounding on 3s. That is 1, 2, 3 wounds.
Yep, it's winning on 3s because of hammer hands now.
Minus
That's
2.
1.
So it's what's that move on?
You've got a
4+ for the Exalted Sorcerers. He does pass 2, he fails 1. It is D3 damage.
D3 damage.
Does he have the demon keyword being on the disc, by the way?
Yes, he does. So that allows me to reroll 1s to wound, I believe.
Yes, I believe that's correct.
I
Although I don't think you rolled any. But okay, fair enough. It is just the 1 damage, so he is okay for the moment. Then we have the remaining Strike Marines on the Aspiring Sorcerer there.
Okay. And then we're looking for 3s again. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 saves at -2 on him.
Okay.
-2.
5 up.
Oh,
close.
Very, very nice.
Close.
Okay. So that will be him slain. Because
Very
it's just
nice.
got the 1 wound.
I'm not going to
Fair
bother
enough.
soul flaring him because it's only one mortal wound. It's not worth one.
Fair enough. Well, the Warlord will get to strike back. Let's see what he can do. Are you going to get your dice ready, Mr. Beard?
Oh, I'm always ready.
He's always ready.
I'm always ready. Right, so he's going to have 5 attacks.
Okay.
Because of Painful Assault. And I'm hitting you on 2s. And I will remember to do his disc. No Death of the False Emperor. So this will be wounding you on 3s because it's going to be at strength 6. Only 2 wounds.
Okay, 2 wounds.
Both go through.
Okay, so 2 of the Interceptors cut down. It's probably not enough to force a morale.
Okay, and then 1
the
additional attack
disc.
with his disc of Tzeentch. It's a hit. This will be wounding on 4s this time. It's a wound.
It's a wound. Okay.
Yes.
It's a failed save.
Yes, the disc.
The
The
mighty
disc
disc.
eats an Interceptor. So that's 3 kills. So they could fail on the roll of a 6 for morale. Are there any other points to be done in this fight phase, folks?
Nope.
Right, so based on that, we can just quickly roll for the morale then, because I believe that will conclude the turn.
I'll reroll that
He
because
can
of
re-roll that,
Yeah.
yeah. And he gets a 1,
Nice.
so no issues there. Okay, let's summarise the end of the turn, Chef. What did you end up scoring objective-wise?
So I don't have area denial.
No.
Fine. I'm going to discard that one. There's too much there to deal with.
Yes.
I did get supremacy.
Yes, because
more
you
models.
Oh,
outnumber
well,
here,
Wellington.
holding this one.
I had to go
He's
back
holding
here.
this objective here, and he's holding this objective here. So that'll be
Yes.
worth D3.
And-
Master of the Warp, you certainly did get.
As per the priority orders, the Warlord cast a power.
Yeah.
So that's worth 4.
4. Ouch.
And first strike.
And first strike. Okay, so do you want to roll for your supremacy then, sir?
Supremacy!
Oh, it's the big 3. That's big news. So,
Wow.
Chef.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, if I did get Aerodinal, that would have been 9.
Oh, wow. 8 victory
The
points.
chosen number.
Including
Nice.
the first strike in the
Very
first
good.
turn. Very, very nasty for the Grey Knights. Powerful response, but
Great.
there's still plenty of Thousand Suns left, including all of their heavier firepower.
Yes.
Let's see what Grey Knights survive. It is Thousand Suns, turn 2 coming up next. It's turn 2, folks. No prisoners. Secure objective 2 and a hidden card here that Mr. Beard has deployed on the table. Mr. Chef, what is your response?
Get out of there, no prisoners.
He removes no prisoners. And Mr. Beard, what do you reply with,
I'll
sir?
put back objective 3.
Secure objective 3. Okay, which is
Just over here.
just over there and surrounded by Rubrici. Welly Wellington. Okay, let's move on then. It'll be the movement phase coming up next. Amidst the smoke and rubble of these ruins, the Thousand Suns have marched relentlessly onwards. Here in turn 2, the movement phase, we have the Warlords now, leaving combats and a vanguard of Rubrici before him. We have the Hellbrutes, which has moved towards the Interceptors, along with this Rubrici unit ready to open up with their Warp Bolters.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to move
another
them.
move.
Sorry, forgive
Okay,
me.
he'll scuffle them
Sorry,
round.
sorry.
He'll scuffle them round. We do have the Shaman just on the other side of this foul shrine here. And we do have this Exalted Sorcerer, led by the Demon Prince. I believe that we will be seeing a lot of action this turn.
No, he's getting Larry.
Very critical turn here. We do have
No.
the Rubrici there remaining within those ruins. All 3 Predators have remained stationary. This Hellbrutes remains stationary. And both these Rubrici units appear to have remained stationary as well, sitting on objective 3. So that's movement done. You can see he's just shuffled them from around behind the Hellbrute here. We'll come back in the Psychic phase next. Folks, let's do this. We are using a command point here for Kabbalistic Focus,
Yes.
which gives you a +2
To my cast.
Okay.
Is it for the first
That's on the
power that he
Warlord.
casts? Or...
It's for, let me double check that for you there, Chef. You said before attempting to manifest a psychic power.
Okay.
Yep.
So that psychic power is the +2.
Yes.
Okay,
Cool.
so you're not smiting. Very good.
I'm not smiting.
So you're not giving the +2 to your smite.
Well,
Which would then give him a effective +3 because of his relic.
it's either doing a smite or doing astral blast.
Do the smite. The Astral Blast doesn't get super.
I'm going to do that.
Some very valid points.
okay.
So you,
I could do. I think I'm probably in range of that unit as well for astral.
do you want to
blast.
open
Well,
with
remember,
the...
Astral Blast is the closest unit. So you need to wipe the Interceptors if you want to do it from him.
Yeah. Well, I'm just seeing if I've got range. Okay, I'm going to do a smite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because technically it's +3.
Yeah, be possible. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're super smiting on an 8.
Okay.
So
I'm
he
glad
will be
we-
doing the
glad we
Super
covered
Smite
that.
potentially. And he's going to do it on the Interceptors. Okay, here we go.
Yes. Okay.
Now,
That's
only
the
Beard
superest
could
smite
roll
ever.
a Super Smite anyway and inflict damage on himself.
So are you going to take the stratagem that you spoke about earlier? And
Yeah.
just ignore
So
that?
I'll do the strategy. Let me just double check what it's called again for everyone at home.
It's 1
It's
CP.
called Adepts of the Immaterium. So 1 command point, and you ignore the fact that it's a perils.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
I cannot deny it because even
No.
with my +1, he's got +3.
Yeah.
correct.
I
So
passed on a
it is-
15.
It's D6.
Yeah.
But power! It's D6, but it's D6 +1 because of his relic.
Yeah.
So it's a 2 + 1 becomes 3.
Still free.
So 3 of the Interceptors will be obliterated with
Yep.
a Kamehameha. Do you know what you're going to cast next, Beard?
Yes, I do. I'm going to cast. Or do I? I'm going to.
No, let me have a little think.
Okay. He's decided it will be Doombolt into the Interceptors.
Yep, so this is going to go off on a 876.
You only get the +2 for the first casting, do you not?
Yes.
So it will go off on it'll go off on an 8.
I can't remember anything. An 8.
Well,
6,
he's rolled a 6
7.
and a 1, 7, and he gets a +1. Oh no, his relic doesn't give him the +1 to cast.
It's a 9, yeah.
It gives him a +1 to cast.
Yes.
But it's a warp charge 9.
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm going to use another command point because I am rich in them right now.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
He rolls a 1!
Every time.
Hey, that's a new book. Calm down.
Every time.
Next up, it's a smite from this aspiring sorcerer into the interceptors.
Okay.
That's a 10.
Goes off.
So that does go off, yep.
Yeah, they're just out of range. I will have to kind of accept that. Denying that on a 10 is a bit
Another
of a tricky
skills.
one.
Yep. Same with this unit over here.
Okay.
Into the same unit. On a 5.
That one they will attempt to deny.
Okay.
Yes, they will.
Which they
Very
do.
good. This unit will do the same thing.
Okay.
A 5 again.
It does go off.
So that's this sorcerer here. So from that front guy there, I'm going to attempt to deny with the purifiers.
Very good.
Yes, I do.
They do indeed deny.
This
Okay.
unit back here, same thing.
Okay. It's a 6 this time.
Upside down 9. Don't want to alarm you now.
Is that Terminator in?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
he is.
They are just out. So the Terminators will attempt to deny, and that was cast on a 6.
Yes.
Ooh, it does go off.
Fails to deny
One
that.
is killed.
So it's another interceptor slain there.
Very good.
Right. Do you know what you're doing next, Beard?
Let me have one more thing.
Okay. The shaman now through the doorway and this nice piece of green flock into them. Smites.
Hi-oh!
Oh, that will definitely go off on a 10.
Okay.
It does have some deny
I do
options
have
still.
more denies. We will attempt to deny with that strike team there. Oh, not quite.
No. Okay, so that is a full powered smite here.
Normal smite.
So 1. He's still got 1 alive. Significant. Right, now on to some different powers. We have this Exalted Sorcerer casting the all new power from the Cult of Magic, Astral Blast, into this Terminator unit, which will effectively be D3 mortal wounds on them and then a single mortal wounds on every unit within 3. However, he has a +1 to cast as well.
He does
Great.
indeed. Yeah. Now, it has to be the closest unit, and it is just about the Terminators, which are closer.
Should have revived him there.
Well,
Damn it.
Might be a problem.
here we go.
Ooh, it's a nice roll there. 6,
10.
7, 8, 9, +1, 10.
Alright, so I will attempt to deny with my Grandmaster. It should be in. In fact, no, the champion's just out, but the Grandmaster is in. I'm just out of the 12 inches with the Psychic Hood.
Yes.
So, alas, no, but...
Oh, it's an 11! He
denied
stops! Oh no. Oh, Beard. Not like this.
I'm sorry.
Smites now from him into the Terminator. Frustrating stuff there for the Thousand Suns. 5, 6, 7,
chef.
8, +1, 9. Yes, chef.
Trying to show off his cool new powers.
Yeah.
All the guys at home that enjoy our battle reports,
Yes.
and you're like, yeah, 11. 11. 11. But it's fair enough because you don't want that to go off.
Right, so Brother Captain's going to try and deny now. He is running out of denies. He's got to deny it again,
What's
hasn't he?
wrong with you, chef? Seriously. Just stop it.
It is now the Demon Prince, the Prince of Demons. What
Yes.
is he casting?
Diabolic strength.
Okay, powering himself up. 9.
Chef, I swear to Tzeentch, if you deny this as well, you can do it twice, can't you?
So the Librarian has a +2 because of his Psychic Hood as well.
Come on then. Come on now.
I denied you.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
However, one thing I am going to do, I don't know if it has to go off. Let me check, because I want to do some cool stuff for the people at home to see, Chef, you know?
Sure.
Where is it? Resolve a psychic power. Okay, fine. So, I'm going to spend a command point for Sorcerous Infusion. When you resolve a psychic power manifested by 1,000 Suns model from your army, if the result of the psychic test for that power was 9 or higher, I can regain D3 lost wounds on that model.
Nice.
So I'm going to do that because he's down to 3 wounds.
That's 1 CP.
It's 1 CP?
Is that the one that also brings guys back to life as well?
Yes.
Oh, that's really cool.
Okay. Okay.
1 is better than none. 4 wounds remain.
4 wounds remain on the prince.
Right, that's the end of my psychic phase.
He's got another power.
He's got another power though, right?
Oh yeah. Now, I do have Infernal Gateway, but weirdly, you have to do it at the nearest enemy model, and then 3 inches. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a smite.
Okay.
Let's do a smite.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
8.
The librarian
Just have a +1.
denies you again. Yes, he does.
Oh my god!
Obnoxious.
Stop! Stop it!
Rubric over here in the ruins, opening in the shooting phase against
The Terminators.
Terminators. Understood, sir. Let's
One
do
move
this.
left. They haven't moved, so I do get 4 shots with these 2 guys.
Okay, so
3
3
hits.
hits there.
The unit is not wholly on the screen, so I don't get the -1.
Sure. So he's still in.
Only the 1 wound.
So, it's -2.
-2.
So, I do have a free up save here, because technically I have a 1-up.
Yep.
Oh, damn it!
And he rolls a 1. That does kill the Terminator. Very nice. Okay. Do you know what you're going to fire next, Mr. Beards? Or do you want to think?
Let me. I do know what to do next. I just want to measure up a couple of units.
Okay, no problem. Right, folks, this Rubric unit now opening up against this Interceptor, but again, because the Shadow Tide is currently still active, and he's on a terrain feature here. Not only is he count as being in cover, he also is a -1 to hit.
Yes. So,
For your bolted discipline, they didn't move.
oh yeah, good point. Really must remember all these rules.
Neither of these units moved, so they're good. With the -1 to hit,
Doesn't help
he
me a
actually
huge amount.
hits him quite a few times. 4's to wound. That is 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Okay.
-2, but -1.
4+. Oh, he's dead.
Okay, he is slain.
Alas.
So the Interceptor was really backing it against all of those psychic attacks, but now finally it has been cut down.
Yes.
Do you know what you're firing next, sir?
Yep, this unit are going to fire into the Terminators.
Okay.
They
Firing
did
into
move.
the Terminators.
They
yes,
did
they
move.
Yeah.
Okay, reroll that 1. Lovely.
Okay.
3 hits. It's 1 wound.
Okay.
And with.
Still fails!
Minus fails, that's 1 wound on the Terminator.
This unit can do the same thing.
Okay. Whittling here. Lots of
Roll the
whittling.
1. Okay, 2 hits. 1 more wound.
Huzzah!
Let's pass that.
Pass the save!
Right, Hellbrute now. Firing the las cannons into the Terminators.
Okay, this one has moved.
Still hits both
though.
times.
Both
he
wounded.
wounds both times.
4+.
And he fails 1 and...
That's cold. Yeah, that's cold.
Okay, we'll re-roll that. Passes 1.
So you did kill
So
one.
1 is dead because he was on 1 wound anyway.
Okay.
Okay, do we know what we're doing next?
Yes, this Hellbrute over here is going to do the same thing.
Okay, so this Hellbrute into the Terminators. 1 hit and 1 really uncertain
Yeah, probably cocked.
die.
Yeah.
No, so 1 hit, 1 wounds.
4+.
He
Huzzah!
does get the
Hey.
6 there, saved. Okay.
Right, we'll go straight onto the Predator over here.
Yep.
Same thing into the Terminators.
Okay.
2 hits.
2 hits, okay. 2
2
wounds.
I passed them both.
Oh,
it
very
does.
That extra cover
Next-
is really nice.
Next Predator.
3 hits
3
this
hits.
time. 2s. Chef's not pleased.
No!
Wounds twice.
2 wounds.
Chef needs...
Oh,
he's failed
it doesn't
both
matter
there.
what it is, he's
It's
dead.
in fact, he was the last. It was the Justicar, so he is slain. Terminator unit wipes. That's a big blow. Just 1 more Predator left to fire.
Yep, he's going to fire into this unit over here.
Firing into the Strike Marines inside this room.
Yep.
Okay,
They're slightly closer than the characters.
sure.
3
hits.
3
That's
wounds.
3 wounds.
Okay, so fires on these guys.
Oh, he passes 2.
Nice.
But another Strike Marine is killed, leaving 3 left in that unit.
Very good.
Right. Is there any other shooting to be done?
That is all the shooting done.
Right, well, it'll just be a charge phase then. That's coming up next. This is it, the charge phase. The Demon Prince declares a charge against the Strike Marines. We've got some Overwatch. Psych Out Grenade being thrown first.
Psychic grenade, D3 shots.
1.
Just the 1. A 6. No.
No.
Okay, and they're not in reroll range.
Nope.
Doombolt.
Well, that's a lot of hits.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Pretty good. Okay.
Got 5 to reply to it. He's got 2 wounds.
2 wounds, no minuses.
Does fail 1, he
wound.
passes 1. Okay, and then to make the charge, sir.
Oh, yes.
Oh, he definitely makes it on a 10. No worries there. We'll let him move and come right back. Fight face time. The Prince opens up against the Strike Marines, holding that objective.
Is 8 attacks. Hitting on 2s.
Oh, death to the False Emperor. Explodes once.
Yes, got 1 more. Yes.
3s.
Yeah, come on now. Okay.
5
Yes, 5.
-2 though.
Yes.
5 ups. Oh, 1 lives.
Hey, 1 manages to survive
Okay.
against those vicious attacks. So we'll just get his attacks back then. Yeah,
Now
okay.
he kills you. So, he is the Justice guy. So he
Yep.
has 3 attacks. I'm hitting
You're facing a
on
demon.
3s.
So 3 hits.
I'm winning you on
Could be a
5s, but
problem
I'm
here.
re-rolling for Demon Hunter.
Okay.
Oh, he's got 1 there.
No problem.
Oh, he's got 3 wounds. This could be a problem.
-2.
Oh no.
-2.
Oh! Mr. Beard passes all 3. Well done.
I thought he was going to die.
Yeah. Wow, okay, so just a morale check for that lone strike marine, and then we'll see what the points are. He's fine.
He's a
on the
hero.
run.
Hey.
Okay, card-wise, what
Yes.
have you achieved, Mr. Beard?
I secured objective 2 because
Yeah.
it's under that predator. I secured objective 3 because it's with the rubrics. And my mystery card.
Power of the Cabal.
Yes, so basically I had to keep track of how many striker powers I got off, and you get a victory point for every 2 powers you do. I got 6, so that's 3 points.
Wow.
4.5 points.
Okay,
5.
impressive. 5 points for the Thousand Suns. So that leaves the scores on the doors now currently to be what, Chef?
10 points to the Thousand Suns, 8 for the Grey Knights.
Oh, big scoring game. Let's see what the Grey Knights can do. They do have units in the Teleportarium, so they will be arriving very shortly. It's turn 2 for the Grey Knights. Destroy the Demon has been employed, along with no prisoners and a mystery card.
What does destroy the demon do? 3 to
I must
5.
destroy a demon.
Yeah, that makes sense. So no prisoners. You can get D3, 3 and 5. Well, they're kind of the same thing, aren't they? So I'll have you get rid of.
No prisoners.
Okay.
In that case.
Okay. And he will replace it with Kingslayer.
Ah, the Slayer of Kings.
Beard's Warlord already in peril with 3 wounds left.
Ain't alright.
We'll see what Chef does at the end of the movement phase. Here we go. This is it. Turn 2. The Purifiers spread out amongst this ruin around the objective. This strike squad have emerged from the Teleportarium. On this flank, we can see the Warlord is precariously close, but he does have an aspiring sorcerer slightly nearer. Over here, the Terminator was just healed up automatically by the Apothecary. And by the Terminator, I mean, actually, who was it you healed?
It was the...
It was the Librarian, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that suffered a wound. Okay, fair enough. This strike squad has left this part of the ruin and moved forwards. We do have the Paladin Ancient. Now, did you upgrade him with the Banner of Refining Flame?
I did not.
Fair enough. Okay, so no D6 smite, but still the +1 attack is useful. Grandmaster has strode forwards. The lone hero strike Justicar remains in combat with the Demon Prince. And over here, the Brotherhood Captain has moved forward with the Librarian towards the Exalted Sorcerer, so no doubt a showdown there.
Oh, yes.
And then all the way over here, we have the Strike Marines, which have landed behind enemy lines, perhaps trying to shut down this nasty Predator firepower. We'll see if that works out for him. It's the Psychic phase coming up next. This is the power which no doubt every Grey Knight player looks forward to casting, Warp Shaping, which means that he can change the tides
Yes.
that is currently employed.
So it is a warp charge of 5.
Yes, but +1, so right.
That's an 11.
He's effectively rolled an 11. Now, if that was denied, it would mean that he cannot change the tide, which will very likely be to the tide of escalation, which would therefore be +1 damage to the smites.
It's worth a try, isn't it? We'll do it with the sorcerer over here.
Okay.
It goes off.
The tide of escalation!
The tide of escalation has been declared. Okay, that means the smites are twice as nasty as they once were. So, do you know what you're going to cast next?
We are going to cast, the hero is going to cast Smite.
Right, now that is a demon.
Yes.
That is 4 damage if he successfully casts this smite.
Yeah, could be a problem.
4
Could be a
damage
problem
because of
there.
the tide of escalation. It's
Okay.
open with a 6.
Good
That's
start.
already ominous. It's an 11 plus 1, 12.
Chef, you're right.
It can't actually be denied. That's
Dead.
4 damage on the prince.
He's dead.
He is slain.
My goodness.
This strike squad now, Vortex of Doom on the nearest model, which is the Aspiring Sorcerer, and it will hit every unit within 6 inches of it. And it will
3
be-
inches.
Is it? Oh, it's 3
It's
inches.
3 inches of that
Yes.
model, they take D from.
Yes, of that model, correct, yes. Okay.
Does it cast though? It does, with a +1 on a 10.
Oh no.
I have rolled obnoxiously well.
Oh my goodness.
No.
He fails to deny. This
No.
could be significant
On the
here.
unit, there's 2
Two
mortal
mortal
wounds.
wounds.
So these don't get the +1 because it's not a smite.
Okay.
On the Warlord, however. Only the one.
Oh,
Only the one.
he's got 2 hits left. Oh my goodness. Empiric Domination being cast from the Apothecary now for +1 command points.
Yes,
that does
it
go
is.
off. He gains a command point. My goodness, we're really seeing the Grey Knight's
Cast
power up
line
here.
10.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, he lets him have that. What are you doing next, Chef?
So what I'm going to do now is the brother captain is going. He's healthy, isn't he?
He's a healthy boy.
That's fine. I will leave him alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the ranges of stuff.
Gate of Infinity being cast from this strike squad onto the Purifiers. Let's see where we can end up here.
It does go off.
Right.
That will be a 7 on the +1.
Who cast that?
This
Strike
strike squad.
Cool. I'll try and deny it with the fellow down
Okay.
here.
5, 6, 7. Okay, does go off. Okay. The Purifiers have arrived here behind enemy lines, now casting Hammerhand on themselves.
Yes.
That does go off.
+1, 8.
I'll try and deny that with the unit over there.
Okay.
Nope.
Nope, fails to do that. Oh my goodness. How depressing for the Thousand Suns.
Yeah.
The Grand Master over here now casts Sanctuary on the Brother Captain.
Yes, he
Yes,
does.
he most certainly does. 11. Oh, dear.
Okay.
The Librarian now casts Edict Imperator onto the Grand Master, which will be a shoot and move.
It does go off with +1 on an 8. He's out of range for shooting, but he will get an extra 5-inch move essentially.
So you can just move.
He just moves.
Okay. Sure.
He lets him have it. Lets him have it, and the Grand Master moves forwards. Okay, what are you casting next?
Then the Librarian's other power is going to be a smite. That is 10 inches away there. Yep, so it'll be on that Sorcerer.
Okay.
Okay.
It is cast, but only on a 5.
And then I'm going to use my Relic on myself to give me another +1. Basically.
Okay, so that becomes a 6 now.
Have I tried to know with him?
No, I don't think so.
He can do it. Right, Aspiring Sorcerer, time to power up. You understand?
He does deny it.
Okay.
Finally.
Significant.
He will be
because
elevated.
That would have been a flat 3 against the demon keyword of the disc, or 4 even, in fact, of course,
Escalation.
with time of escalation. Ouch.
That's my
We're now in the shooting phase. That was the last psychic power cast. We have the Purifiers rapid firing into the Predator.
Okay, I'll just reroll a dice that I dropped.
I'll give you one, there you go.
Oh, thank you. There's no space. Do it here. Okay, off the board. Right. Get out of there, misses. Not terrible. 5s and 6s.
Okay.
6s and 5s.
Yeah. Dice in my hand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 saves.
9.
Saves.
I like the number 9.
Oh, very good.
Wow, every single one did.
Because it's a 9. Ah!
This Paladin Ancient here. Oh, sorry, the single.
No, the champion.
The champion. Okay, opening at the Rubric Eye.
Yeah, just outside of 12. He hits
2
twice.
hits.
He wounds once. It is a 2-up save. It's only damage 1.
Yes.
Okay. It's a Rubric Eye slain. Keeps it. He does keep it. Okay. Who's shooting next?
We will go over to this unit here. They are going to rapid fire into the same unit.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3.
This is the last vestige of a screen for Mr. Beard's Warlord.
Pretty bad.
Was. Could be good for Beard.
Okay, that's better on the wounding. 6 saves on them.
He does pass all of them though because of damage 1, so 2-up save effectively.
Nice.
Right, do you know what you're doing next?
We are going to have a think.
Alright. Paladin Ancient now opening up against the Rubric Eye.
The same target. Reroll the ones for the Grandmaster, who's now conveniently nearby. They will hit.
4 hits.
2 wounds.
2 wounds. Ah, it's 1 kill.
I'm gonna have to use a command point.
Yeah, he really needs. Okay, it's understandable there. He can't have this Warlord die now.
Yeah.
Be a big problem. The Brother Captain over there now, also opening up into the Rubric Eye.
Reroll the one for the Grandmaster
Grandmaster,
nearby.
yeah.
All hit. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. Oh, 1 again.
Okay, it's a tough break there. Leaves just the aspiring sorcerer left alive. Who is firing next?
The hero.
The hero through the doorway.
He's done
there.
enough.
Nope. So obviously he's not moved.
Wow, all 4 hits. This Justicar is clearly someone special. 2 wounds on the aspiring sorcerer. He rolls a 4 and a 6. He's okay. That's very useful there.
Very useful.
Very useful indeed. The Librarian now opening up on the same targets.
Reroll the one for the Grandmaster. They all hit.
Okay.
2 wounds again.
2 wounds.
Wounds.
You got him.
2. Okay.
Oh, they don't get all his dust.
They're not rubric. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Tough break there. The screen is gone. What is left to fire?
These guys.
Okay, the Strike Marines.
1 is just out of
Luckily, there's only 3 left in that unit.
2 and 1 outside of rapid fire.
Okay.
Into the Warlord.
To the Warlords.
Reroll the ones. Okay, we're off to a good start.
Okay.
Looking for 4s. Okay, it's pretty good. There's 5 wounds.
5 wounds there.
5 wounds.
He's got 2 wounds left, everyone.
Oh, he's
Dropped
alive with
1. He's got 1 wound left.
I've got nothing
Hair-raising
else to shoot at him.
moment. Right, this strike squad now rapid firing into the nearest predator here.
Okay.
No rerolls available.
Warp
2
sickness is a real thing. Go and consult your doctor. Alright. 5s and 6s. 3 wounds, please. 1
Does
wound.
drop 1.
Take
So 1 wound on the
Okay.
predator, no problem.
That is it. Unfortunately, I can't finish off the Warlord.
No.
I just have to charge him in glorious combat.
Charge him.
No.
That's the Strike Marine unit which is able to do so. So let's come back in the charge phase coming up next. Brother Captain charging here into the Exalted Sorcerer. No Overwatch. Rolls a 3. He
First to the
fails
fray.
that charge, but first to the fray because the Grandmaster's there.
Ooh, that's
Rolls
not
a
going to do
5.
it.
I think he still fails that charge.
Well, he wasn't in Overwatch range with his Warpflame
Yeah,
pistol,
so therefore
I mean, a
he is
5
definitely out.
No
Yes.
man's land.
Okay, who's charging next?
The hero
The hero.
Stop being a hero.
is in range.
He is in range.
It's a big
for
old
first
charge.
to fray, but would
It's a 10.
need a 10. Okay.
He will take his pound of flesh!
He really is a hero. Next, the Librarian, who does need an 11, will try and support the hero Strike Marine.
Looks like a big old charge. Okay, so I will first to the
Roll
fray.
first to the fray. No,
No.
that does
Okay.
fail. Okay. What else?
The strike team.
Yes.
Into the Warlord.
Into the Warlords. Right, that's a longer charge by the looks of it.
Looks like a 10.
Okay.
But first to the fray. They don't need it.
Oh no, it's rolled an 11! Oh no! Here we go, folks. This unit of Strike Marines now charging into
The rubrics.
these Rubric Marines here.
You can have some Overwatch.
I do have some Overwatch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pistol be out of range.
Pistol will be in. He's right at the front.
I think that's more than 6, isn't it? Oh, he's a
It's
normal pistol.
He's a bolt pistol,
Yeah.
yeah. One hit.
Okay, one
Failed
hit.
wounds.
It's a wound.
Okay.
Saves it. Even with
Okay.
-2.
Fair enough.
Use your dice.
Oh no, the charge. No.
Does fail that charge.
Okay, no worries.
Okay. Is there anything else charging?
Oh yes. Purifiers into
Predator.
the Predator.
Okay.
Las
cannons.
Nothing.
No hits there.
I'm sorry.
He needs a 9.
Please.
He needs a 9. It does fail that charge.
Yeah, even with a reroll wouldn't be worth
Okay.
it.
And then over here.
That one into that one.
Strike Marines into that.
Laser
Predator.
cannons.
We do have a hit over
No.
there.
No worries.
Strike Marines. Oh, just fails that charge. Significant because it does stop them shutting the Predators down, which would have been big.
I've got 3 CP left. Do I come on reroll it? Probably do.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, he's rerolling the 2. He gets off the board. He gets the 3. That's a 9. He will be shutting that Predator down. Oh dear. This is the combat. The Strike Marines versus the Warlord, who's only on 1 wound and counts as a demon. Right, here we go. To hit. Right, he drops 2. Now to wounds. 3's because the halberds. He's got 3 wounds.
He's a demon. I banish you, sir. That's 1, 2, 3, 5 at -2.
5.
He's failed at least 2. He's a D3 damage.
Yeah, that's it. That's Warlord.
He is slaying
That's
everyone.
Warlord.
He can't CP that. Ouch. That's Kingslayer and Warlord in one go. And he consolidates.
Ties up a unit.
And ties up that unit. Naughty chef.
I'm sorry.
What we do have now, though, is an interrupt. This Exalted Sorcerer cannot have that hero Justicar survive.
Yes, idiot.
2 CP spent.
He's not a hero.
He hits him 4 times, 5 times. Okay. Then 3 still wounds. That is 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
On a 4+.
4+ for Mr. Chef. Oh, he drops him. There we go. Hero Justicar is dead. This strike squad now into the Predator. Let's see. Can they bring it down? They have got the halberds.
Okay.
Okay.
We can get that roll again. That'd be good. Look at 5. Okay.
It's 2
2
wounds.
at -2.
Yeah.
A 5 and a 2, so D3 damage.
It is true.
2 wounds on that Predator, but still, other than that, okay. Fair enough.
That's it. You've got your rubrics.
He's got the rubrics,
My rubrics.
to attack back with now because he consolidated into them.
Yep.
Perhaps, if he's lucky, he can kill that unit.
If I'm lucky.
Which will stop them being
Please.
shut down there, dears.
Please. So 3 rubrics can attack, and
Yep.
so can the fella. So the rubrics first. Oh, chef, they all hit. It's
They
the
all
end.
hit there.
The end of the
Chef.
Grey
Death to
Knights.
the False Emperors there as well.
Oh, was there?
Yes, there
there's
were.
2 6s.
Oh, and he
They
gets
hit as
another
well.
2 hits.
Right, so I'll just do these wounds.
That
Okay.
would be 2 wounds and a cocked die, really. I
Yeah.
don't know what that was. Okay, so 2 wounds.
Kills
He
one.
does kill a Strike Marine there.
And
Then we
now
have
the aspiring sorcerer.
The bane of the Grey Knights.
Oh, he hits
2
twice
hits.
here. This could be a problem.
Wounding.
And there
He's
was also
wounded
a
him
death to the False
twice.
Emperor.
And another
As a
death
death
to the False Emperor.
Wounding.
No.
2 wounds.
Okay, so 2 wounds. Can he
Minus
get 2
1.
saves? There's only 2 left. Oh! 1 is left alive. But it would be a morale issue.
It would.
Be a cheeky morale
and I
issue.
have to remove the Justicar to keep them in combat.
Right. Interesting. That concludes. Your Predator would get hit back as well, dear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Good chat. Nothing. Okay, so that marks the end of the fight phase.
Hateful Assault. You've got more attacks over there.
Hateful Assault.
Oh yes, he didn't do his Hateful Assault.
Oh my.
So you'll have
Rubrics.
3 more rubrics.
Oh,
That's 2
definitely
hits.
Zebra.
Okay, so 3 hits so far. That's 2 wounds.
He's alive so
Okay,
far.
and then there's an extra attack
No,
from the
he's
aspiring
not.
sorcerer.
Damn it!
Oh no, the end. Right, folks, so this is the morale check for that Strike Marine now, and then we'll go right on to the end of the turn. That's a fail.
And they shall no fear that. Oh, come on! He lost 2 this turn. He's leading him to 7.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, he's fine. So, let's talk cards. You obviously got Kingslayer.
Yes.
You got Destroy the Demon.
Only for 1 though, because I didn't kill 3.
True. What else?
But I also got 1 point for behind enemy lines.
Right.
Nice.
Okay, for the strike squad back there. Fair enough.
1, 2, D3.
D3. It's 2.
And then
Okay.
obviously slay the Warlord as well.
So 5 points earned this turn. How many points are you on now,
That
Chef?
puts me on 13.
Versus Beards.
10.
Oh, tight little game. Okay, it is turn 3 for the Thousand Suns coming up next. This is it, turn 3 for Mr. Beards. We have Master the Warp, no prisoners, and secure objective 1. Mr. Beards,
Yes.
not hiding any of the cards.
Nope.
Turn.
There's no time to hide.
No time.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Which one will you... Don't do film references which you've never seen before.
Seriously, it's so annoying that this is a thing. To this day, today in fact, someone sent messages on Instagram saying, "Oh, have you watched Aliens yet?" Whoever it was.
We're back. Chef did recover from laughing. He did confine no prisoners, and now Beard has put down priority orders received.
Yeah, just so I could discard it.
Okay.
Now I can't do it.
But when it's generated, you immediately generate a bonus objective, but because your Warlord's dead, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you do the movement.
In fact, what I'll do though
Yes.
is put this other card here, which I can't get, so then I can discard that as well. Is that
Yeah,
how it
yeah,
works?
you play it with it. Yeah, because that's how I did the Master of the Warp. You choose the one that goes with it in the new Master missions.
Cool, so secure objective 5 has been placed, and as he said, he'll just discard at the end of the turn. So we'll be right back. Just a moment. This is turn 3 for the Thousand Suns. It is a summary because there aren't that many units left, really. He does have the Rubric that have moved away, fallen back onto this objective here. The Shaman and, of course, the Exalted Sorcerer have swung around here. Looks like there's going to be a character death match over there around that objective. Very cool. Meanwhile, over here, both these Rubric units have remained stationary, holding that objective. They're ready to lay down some firepower. The Hellbrutes have moved towards the Strike Marines, where once there was a Predator, now there's an empty gap as it has fallen back. But the Predators are very much, or rather the Hellbrutes are very much there to fill it. This Rubric unit's also in this ruin, remaining stationary. So there will be a psychic phase.
Well, no,
Do you
they've
know?
fallen back from this guy over here.
Yes, indeed. Where are you going to be casting first, Mr.
We're going to start off with the Shaman down here, and he's going to smite this brother captain.
Okay.
Understand?
5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I will attempt to deny you with my Brotherhood champion.
Okay.
Samson denies you.
Denies.
I have gone
Dear.
so obnoxious
Really?
on these denies.
Really, Chef?
Good.
But this is what the Cult of Magic can do. Astral Blast. You are right to be carrying away in your hood, sir. This is on the captain. It is a 3 and a 5.
The Librarian will deny you.
He does get a +1 as well, so it's a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. 5. He does not deny, finally.
Huzzah! Right, we can finally show what it does. So it's D3 mortal wounds for him.
Yep.
Which is the one, fantastic. And then it is 1 mortal wound for each unit within 3. So I think it's probably just the Librarian.
Yeah.
No, it'll
No,
get
it
the
does get
Okay,
Apothecary
gets
as
the
well.
Apothecary
Yeah.
as well.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
both the Librarian and the Apothecary also take a mortal wound each there. Finally, we saw what Astral... what's it called? Astral
Astral Blast.
Astral Blast did.
Yep.
Okay, very cool.
And then we'll do a smite.
Smite from the Exalted 6, 7, 8, and he gets a +1 himself. 9 this time. This will also be on the captain.
On 4. We will attempt to deny you with the Librarian again.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, +1, 10. He denies you!
I'm going to hide from Beer's wrath.
Smite from this unit here into the Lone Strike Marine. 5, 6, 7 goes off, or does it?
The Ancient will deny you. The Ancient does not deny you.
Hooray!
He finally kills
he
that
is
Strike
murdered.
Marine. Very nice. What next?
Right, so over here, my goodness, the Aspiring Sorcerer here into this unit.
Okay.
Smite.
Goes
7.
off.
They will deny it themselves. They will not.
Fail. Okay, so kills
One
one of
mortal wound,
those.
and then the same with this
Yeah,
unit over
unit
here.
in the ruin. 4, 5, 6, 7 goes off.
They will deny you.
That's the purifiers this time trying to deny.
Plus
Does
one
deny
is
because of the
on an
+1. Okay. This Rubric unit smite into this strike squad here. They do fail to cast smites. Okay, I believe that concludes the psychic phase.
Yes, I do get D3.
Yeah, you do get the D3.
Yeah,
Didn't quite
okay.
stop the 3.
Very nice. Well, we'll come right back in the shooting phase. We're in the shooting phase. The Warpflame pistol from the Exalted Sorcerer into the captain. 5. It's got 5 automatic hits. And then to wounds.
3
It's
wounds.
got
3 wounds.
3 wounds, not bad.
-2.
Okay, so 4+ here. Did I get Sanctuary off last turn? I can't recall.
I can't recall either, to be honest.
It wouldn't have made much of a difference.
No.
Maybe for 1, so I do take 2 wounds.
Okay, so it's
I
got
presume
2
that I
left. Very nice. Okay, what's shooting next, Mr. Beers?
Next up, we will do. Let's see if we. I'm a little bit limited. So this predator into. This predator into these over here.
Okay, so Predator now into the purifiers back there.
Hold up!
Oh,
3
A new
hits.
stratagem!
Okay.
Oh, new stratagem.
A new stratagem!
He's still got 3 hits regardless of that.
Yes, he does. Untainted and unbowed. When they are chosen as a target for an attack, I automatically pass morale checks and I have a 4-up invuln until the end of the turn.
Very nice. 4 plus invuln, okay.
3 wounds.
3 wounds there. Oh, he passes all 3. Chef! No! Okay, what's next?
This predator, same target
Okay,
over
same
there.
targets.
All
All
hits.
4 hits. It's 2s to wounds. Can he get something through?
3 wounds.
He does get 3
okay,
through.
3 of them.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
3 of the purifiers
Better than 6.
slain. Fair enough.
This predator. Oh, that fell
He
back.
fell back, so he can't.
Okay, right, let's have a quick think.
Okay. These Hellbrutes now into this unit of Strike Marines.
I'll do them both at the same time,
Okay.
same unit. 2 hits. 2 wounds.
6s. No.
Nope, 2 of the Strike Marines cut down
Okay.
with lasers. Alright.
Very good.
Next.
Right, next up we're going to do some rapid fire. So this unit here into the Strike Marines over there.
Okay, so
They're
this
not
unit into the
moved.
Purifiers.
Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Right, here we go. Couple of misses. 4s to wounds. 1 wound.
Only 1.
4-up invuln.
Frustrating. Does make it.
Okay.
Alright.
And then the same thing with the
So
unit
from the
in
other
there
Rubric
as well.
unit, that's the same. Okay.
Okay. 4 wounds. 4 hits.
Does
3
get
wounds.
3 wounds this time.
One's off
Sure.
the board. So
Okay,
one
so
more
it
is
fails
killed.
1, so another is killed. And that 4+ invulnerable save strat is just for the Purifiers as well, by the way.
It purifies only.
Okay,
so,
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Alright, do we know what we're doing next?
Well, yeah, these guys I have to shoot into them.
Yep, so
over
that's
there.
that Rubric unit into here. Good spread of hits.
Cool. 4s.
Oh,
1
dear.
wound.
1 wound.
Failed.
Does fail 1 now. 2 Strike Marines left.
Lovely. Right, that is all the shooting done.
Okay, so it'll be a charge phase coming up next. Charge phase, Hellbrutes into the Strike Marines. Overwatch coming up.
Okay, so we'll. Which one are you starting with?
This guy here.
This guy here. So 1 grenade, and the Stormbolter, nada, and then a crack grenade, nada. Okay, does
Okay. That will definitely make
Okay,
it.
never mind.
He's got in. And then the second
The other one.
Hellbrutes also makes it in on an
Yeah.
8. So Strike Marine should be dead.
You will die.
Okay, next.
The Shaman into the Brother Captain.
Okay, some Overwatch coming up here. It turns out the Brother Captain was on 3 wounds.
Yeah, they start with 6.
Yes.
That's my apologies. I'm going to throw a Psych Out grenade. It is 2 shots.
Okay.
That is a mortal wound, sir.
Okay, mortal wounds. Alright, and then to charge. Yes, in he goes.
Cool.
Who
And
else
then
is charging?
The Exalted Sorcerer will go into him as well.
Okay.
Yes.
That also makes it.
Cool.
Very cool. We'll let him move them in and come right back. That's the end of the charge phase. He's moved in such a way that he's out of heroic intervention range. So which character will we open?
We'll start with the Exalted Sorcerer.
Okay.
Just in case we get interrupted on.
He hits
all
with
hit
everything.
those,
No
6s
death to the
sadly,
full
but there you go. So he's going to be winning on 3s.
Ooh, 4 wounds.
Nice.
Cheeky that.
Good.
Okay.
-1. 3+.
Oh no!
Okay.
He's failed all 3, and that means he's dead. So that 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds would have been taken after the damage roll. Captain is slain, but we do have a stratagem being employed.
Only in death does duty end.
Yeah.
I get to attack you back.
Yep. So he does fight as if it were his fight phase.
So he has a number of attacks. 5. Okay. So this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 3 attacks on him, and I'm going to do 2 attacks on him.
Oh dear.
So
This could be a blow.
on the, let's start on the shaman. So we're hitting on 3s. Okay,
He hits
got 1
once.
hit. We're wounding on 2s. I'm rerolling because you're a demon, technically. That is a wound.
Okay. He has a 5, I think.
He does. That is 3 damage.
Okay.
I think that's him dead, because he's already taken a mortal wound, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes,
Took
I
it
believe
on
he
the way
did.
in.
Yeah.
He's only got 4 wounds.
Okay.
Okay.
And then on the sorcerer, reroll the one for the grandmaster. And you're a demon.
Okay. It's. Oh, he's passed 2, but he's failed 1.
It's only 3 damage though.
Okay, he does
He lives.
survive. Woof. Woof, indeed. Okay, the Hellbrutes now. 5 attacks with Hateful Assault.
Should I both at the same time?
You can. I
Don't
assume
think
Chef's
I
not
have no
interrupting.
CP at the moment.
Cool.
So.
Yep, fair spread of hits. It's then 2s.
They don't get death to the false emperor, which is so frustrating.
Yeah. Okay.
6
so
wounds.
6
Alright, 6
wounds.
saves of 6.
Yep,
they're
they did. Okay, Hellbrutes have succeeded over there. So that marks the end of the turn. There's no morale to take apart from the purifies, but they auto pass because of the stratagem. So, what cards did you get?
So that's created 1,
Yep.
it's being held by him over there, and the D3 of Master Warp. It's
2.
2.
So he's got 3 points there. Exalted Sorcerer holding that objective. Very, very cool. That is that. Let's move on to... Actually, no, you don't get it. Unless if that librarian's within 3 of the objective, because the shaman died.
Let's check.
He might
Of
not
course,
be.
the door is in the way. That's the centre. He looks like he is just out.
Okay.
By like the slimmest of
Good.
margins.
Well then that's fine. So the Thousand Suns gets 3 victory points. And that's 13 all as we go into Grey Knight's turn 3 coming up next. It's turn 3. This is a summary for the Grey Knights. Just got overwhelming firepower, Scour the Skies, and 1 mystery card.
Take away the mystery card.
Takes away the mystery
It
card.
frightens me.
Fair enough. He will then instead put down what?
A second mystery card.
The second mystery card.
Double mystery.
Fair enough. We'll come right back at the end of the Grey Knights movement phase. This is it. The turn 3 summary for the Grey Knights. There's not many of them left either, funnily enough. We have Samson, we have the Banner of... Well, not the Banner of Refining Flame, but the Ancients. We have the Grandmaster, the Librarian on 4 wounds, and the Apothecary's just healed himself, by the way, folks. Over here we have the Strike Marines, which have left this ruin, moving towards the Rubric. Meanwhile, these Purifiers have moved ever closer towards the Predator. That is it. There's nothing else on the board.
I'm glad though, because it's sort of we expected it to be like
It
this.
should be like that.
Quite brutal, isn't it?
Psychic explosions.
So, what's happening psychic-wise?
Okay, so psychic-wise, we are going to kick off with the Apothecary. He's going to try and get me a command point.
Okay.
Yes, he will.
He does.
With a
5,
+1,
6,
that's a
7,
9.
8. Do you allow him to have that?
Yes, on an 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright.
Right, next.
We will then go on to Samson.
Samson casts.
He smites you.
He smites.
Samson.
He smites
5,
you
6,
on
7
8.
plus 1, 8.
Okay, I'll try and deny it.
This is literally a denial die.
with this over here. Denial die. Oh yeah, because it's a +2, isn't it? No.
He's failed.
Can't even re-roll it.
The Exalted Sorcerer is killed by Samson. Oh dear. Then we have a smite from the banner over into this unit of Rubricae.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 1, 10. Oh, goodness gracious
I
me.
mean,
No, he's failed to deny that. That will be 2 damage now because of the tides of escalation.
that's 2 mortal wounds, right?
So 2
Yeah.
mortal wounds, exactly. So that's 2 Rubricae cut down by psychic energy. Next,
We will do the Grandmaster.
Grandmaster will also do a smite.
He is smiting with a +1.
That does go off with the
Does go off with
+1.
5. I don't know what else you might have to deny though. Looks like that guy.
Fortunately,
that guy's in
oh no,
range.
this unit could deny.
Power up.
A 1 and a 4, 5. So he fails to deny it.
I'm gonna use a command point.
Okay, using a CP
Reroll
on the 1. Gets a 3, so will deny it.
Alright.
Okay.
He will then cast Sanctuary on himself.
Okay.
Because he can cast 2 powers.
Plus.
With a +1, it does go off on 6.
Okay. Fair enough.
So he has,
Which unit did that?
he cast
Set
Sanctuary
him
on
as well.
Oh, fine. Yeah.
What next, Chef?
Smite from this guy here
The librarian.
to the unit in the centre. With a +1, that is a 7, so it is
Okay.
passed.
7.
I've not got anything to deny it, I don't think.
Not in range of that. Not
Have
in-
they?
They've denied.
They've already done it, yeah.
Yeah.
They
in?
are just in.
Oh no, they
Up.
could deny with this.
Up!
4 and a cock die. We roll.
It's
Yeah,
denied!
he's denied it! Huzzah!
Oh,
well
woohoo!
done, Mr. Beard. Then the librarian will cast Edict's Imperator on the apothecary. That's the shoot and move.
So
Shoot and scoop.
he goes off on a 10.
Okay.
Very good.
He doesn't have a storm
He has
bolter.
no guns, but
So
yeah, he
he's
does
just
get-
going to move, which will put him ever
I see what
closer
you're doing over
to.
there.
Okay, edging towards that.
So he cannot advance as part of it,
Okay.
but he can get into terrain.
Very cool.
Stay there.
All right.
That's my psychic phase, I believe.
Okay.
Oh no, they're going to cast Hammer Hand on themselves.
Okay, hammer hand
because
here.
Their smite is only for injury.
Yep. Yes,
Yeah,
that goes
hammer
off
hand.
on a 9. So fair enough. That's psychic done. Let's come back into shooting. Librarian opening with a storm bolter into the Rubric unit holding the Chaos Shrine.
Reroll the ones for the Grandmaster. Okay, they all hit. We're looking for 4s. It's 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
2 up. Rubric save. Damn it.
Okay. That's 1 killed. Next.
We'll then go on to Samson. So he's not in rapid fire range.
Okay.
He does hit twice.
Samson, go away.
He does wound once.
Samson wound you once there, Beard. Now the ancient biceps aspiring.
He's out of ammo.
He's not. 3 hits. Oh dear. Oh,
It's
there's
3
3 wounds. Only has
Why are
5.
you rolling so good?
I don't know.
He's a no,
Oh.
he's died.
He's died. I don't. Your account was being in cover on that.
I'm in
shrine,
cover.
don't you? So he is alive.
Yay!
That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's good.
8 shots from this strike squad into the aspiring sorcerer.
Okay, drop those missiles.
No
No
wounds.
wounds. Okay, that's great.
That's a problem.
Okay, we've just got some purifiers left now.
We do. They are going to fire everything into that predator. That's just weakening before we
Okay.
get there.
Weaken it, excuse me.
Well, you know, it's got to be done. It's got to be done. Here we go. Okay, that's pretty good. 5s and 6s. 1, 2, 3, 6 wounds.
6 wounds.
Drops 1.
Okay, very
Okay,
nice.
1 predator wounded here. Fair enough. That concludes the shooting phase.
Does.
Be a charge phase coming up next. And we'll start here in the charge phase. Purifies into the predator. Overwatch,
No.
nothing. Can they charge? Yes, they can.
Done that last.
Meanwhile, over here, the strike squads charge this Rubric unit. Overwatch. Ooh,
1 hit.
1 hit. No wounds. Oh, that's a 10. They will easily make that. Grandmaster into the aspiring sorcerer.
Yeah.
It's a long old charge,
Yes.
but Overwatch.
Oh!
another
Double
6.
mark for death there, chef. Could be a
Oh, and he
problem.
got a
Triple
6.
mark for death. That's 3 6s. That's 3 9s upside down.
Hey.
Do I make the charge?
5, 6, 7,
Oh, I
8.
don't know.
I suspect that has failed.
Yes, I think I needed a bit more than that. Oh,
Yes.
yes, I did.
Yes.
So, reroll for first of the fray. Oh no, absolutely not.
Okay,
More like
that's
last of the
him
fray,
done.
idiot. You stupid grandmaster.
Right, we come back to the librarian. Beard chucking dice here. No, fails.
He's
The
out of
Overwatch.
ammo.
6, 7, 8, 9. I see. Still needs more than that.
Looks like it's going to be, yeah. Looks like an 11-inch charge. Nice. No,
No, fails that charge
no
too.
problem.
So that has failed there.
That's
we
it.
can go right into the fight phase then. We've got a
Yes.
unit of strike marines, we've got a unit of purifiers.
Fight me!
who's fighting
we'll
first?
Start with the Strike Marines just in case he decides to interrupt.
Okay.
He does
Fight
have
me.
the CP to do so. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a Justica.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, we drop a couple. We're looking for 4s. That is 1, 2, 3 wounds at a -3, so it's just your 5 up invuln.
Invulnerable save.
Oh, he made
Nice.
3 and only dropped 1. Very nice.
Woo!
Okay.
Right, attacking back with the 3 that remain.
So you are interrupting?
Oh no, sorry, you carry on, Chef.
Yes. Okay. And you would have got more attacks because of hateful assault.
Yes.
So these purifiers now
Indeed.
into the predator.
So we have the 3 with falchions. So we're hitting on 3s here. Drop a couple. Wounding on 4s, thanks to Hammer Hand.
Hammer hand.
Ah, yes, very good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at -2.
Ooh.
3
Okay.
go through.
Okay.
3.
Oh, very good.
6, 7, 8 wounds from
Wowzers.
that predator.
3
Heavily
left.
damaged
And now the Justicar.
by the purifiers. And now Justicar.
Knight of Flame to give him his proper title.
Like lame.
He hits once.
He hits once. Can he
Pleased to
wound?
wound. It is a wound.
He
it's
wounds.
-3, here's a 6.
Oh! Rubric into the strike squad.
Yeah.
2 death to the false emperors and
Do those
2 hits
twos.
already. That's another hit there.
Okay.
Very cool. And then 2 wounds. 4s. He's got 2 wounds. He does kill 1.
Okay.
Then
and
he's sparring
the
sorcerer. 2 hits.
2 hits. 3s this time.
2 wounds. And
another
he drops another. Okay, only 2 strike marines left. Then over
The
here,
mighty predator.
Predator.
D3. It's 2.
No hits. Very cool. That concludes the turn, bar a morale check for those 2 remaining strike marines.
They lost 2 this turn. Their leadership is 8 with the Justicar.
Okay, fine. So that's it then, folks.
Morale for him.
Morale for the aspiring sorcerer in the centre.
He
3,
lost
that'll be
4, so he's fine, yeah.
What cards did you get, Chef?
I got Scales, guys, that's it.
Only 1 point. Interesting. So that puts you on 14, does it?
Puts me on 14. I'm gonna discard. Let me have a look at my hand quick.
So it's 14 versus 13 as we go into turn 4.
I'm going to discard Overwhelming Firepower, I think, and I'm also going to discard my mystery card, which, out of interest, was Domination.
Wow.
But it was a big risk. I needed to get someone up there.
Yes.
So it wasn't for this turn, but
No.
maybe next turn. But with so little on the board, it's very tricky.
Okay, well, this is quite interesting now because actually Beard is only 1 point behind, and
Indeed.
actually with a really good turn here, he could take the game.
Oh.
Let's see what happens. Right, this is it. Turn 4 for the Thousand Suns. He's got Witch Hunter on play, no prisoners, and a mystery card. Chef has just said, no, I want to get rid of no prisoners. So we've got a redraw here for Mr. Beard.
Okay. Okay, so we'll put down that one.
Psychic Supremacy. 1 victory point if you made a successful denied a witch test during this turn.
I'll need to do a test
Interesting. Alright, let's come back when he's done moving. This is it. Turn 4, a summary. Both units of Rubric have remained stationary. So this unit's remained locked in combat.
Yeah.
Predator has fallen back from the Purifiers. Both the other Predators have belted up the table with the Hellbrutes. I'll just move that wound counter over there. And Rubric have finally left this ruin towards this objective. We can see the apothecary there hiding. Aspiring Sorcerer remains in place. We go straight into the psychic phase. What are you casting?
Right, we are going to cast Smite from here into this unit over
Into the
here.
apothecary. That is a
on
successful
5.
cast.
Okay, and that was from this unit here.
This one, yeah.
Okay, let's have a quick measure of my ranges. Okay, we will attempt to deny you with the Ancient. That's his name. He denies you.
He
good.
denies.
Cool.
Okay.
This one into the Librarian.
Sorry, Sorcerer this time. Oh, an 11.
An 11.
Okay,
Significant.
it's a D3 smite, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, he will deny that by himself, so with the +2 here. No.
No,
Okay.
D3. It's
Okay,
2. Okay, only 2 wins left.
And then over here into, well, let's do this unit into these 2 over here first.
Okay.
On a 5.
The Purifiers will deny you.
Mm-hmm.
That they will.
Very good.
Okay.
And then the other one into the same unit. It's cocked.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7.
They themselves will deny you. Yes, they
And
will.
they do indeed. Okay.
Horrific.
So that's psychic done.
Yep.
Straight into the shooting. What are you doing, Beard?
We are going to the unit that are in the ruin over there. Are going to shoot into these guys.
So
over
this
here.
unit not engaged into them. We finish the purifiers off. Ooh, that's
a
an
lot of
ugly
ones.
roll.
Not good. 4s.
2 wounds though.
5 ups. I save 1.
Kills another. So
Okay.
3 purifiers left
Very good.
there.
This unit into the apothecary in there.
And this unit now into the apothecary. Better roll. 4s. Gets 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Okay, so 3 up save because of the cover. I'm fine anyway.
It does
Very good.
pass. Okay.
Lovely. Right, in that case, that's annoying. Right, Predator into him.
Right, Predator into the apothecary here, folks. Oh, that's
3
3 hits
hits.
despite moving. Very nice. That is 2 wounds.
Okay, so 4 up save because of the cover. I see.
Both. No.
The Hellbrute into
Okay,
him.
Hellbrute. Twin las cannon.
Nothing.
Nothing to
And
move.
the other one.
Both hit this
2
time.
hits. 2 wounds.
Yeah, both wounded. Okay. Oh, he's got 1 save. He's got 2 saves, Chef. Oh my goodness. Okay, we got 1 Predator left.
Yeah, he's going to go. Well, I guess these are equidistant, really. Aren't
Well,
Well, they're
characters, so
so-
you can actually
they're
fire at
fine,
anyone,
yeah.
including.
Yeah.
And they're definitely closer than the Strike Marines.
Yep.
Yeah, well, he'll go for your Warlord.
Yes, that makes sense. Oh, he hits 3 times. He wounds 3 times.
Well, I did get Sanctuary off on him. So
You did.
It's a 3 up timber.
He passes rather all 3 times.
Okay.
That was not the turn the Thousand Suns wanted.
Nope.
Uh-oh. It's just the fight phase left, unless there's going to be any charges.
No charges, we'll quickly go over there. Actually, no, we'll charge this unit into them
Yes,
as
that makes
well.
sense, just to try and ensure it. They
yeah,
definitely
they pop.
make that charge.
Very
Alright, we'll
good.
let you move them and we'll come back. Here we go, folks. Rubric into these 2 Strike Marines.
Yeah, why have I got so many dice? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, because I paid for the song.
Okay, that's a
cool.
hit.
And then 4s. 3 wins.
Okay.
There was also another 6 in there for the Death to the False Emperor.
Oh, was there?
Not
But
that you need it.
Didn't matter.
Oh,
He's
not that
rolled
you
2
need it.
1s.
Lovely.
Strike Marines slain.
Right.
That concludes the turn.
That's it. So I got Witch Hunter, I
You
guess.
did?
Is that so? 'Cause I-
Yes.
Yes.
So Witch Hunter and Supremacy.
Oh, very nice.
Hey, supremacy for D3. Very nice. He gets 2. Wow. That's 3 points this turn.
16.
That puts him on 16 to 14. He is in the lead as we go into Grey Knight's turn 4. It's a nail biter. Right team, turn 4 for the Grey Knights. He's got Blood and Guts in play. Witch Hunter, mystery cards. Chef, or rather Beard, tells him to get rid of Witch Hunter.
Yes. So secure objective 2 instead.
Okay, which
Oh,
is
It's that one.
there. Okay, so it's not getting that this turn. I can summarise the movement phase now. We do have the Purifiers chasing that Predator. We do have the Grandmaster and all of the characters move deeper into enemy territory. That is it. We're right into the psychic phase. What are you casting, Chef?
I'm just going to heal him for D3 at the end of the turn.
Okay, the apothecary on the librarian.
Oh, very
wow.
nice.
Ouch. That's a big old heal there. Okay, then what else?
Okay, so this is what we're doing for the psychic phase. We are starting with him. He's going to give me a command point. No, he's not.
No, not this turn.
Okay, we are going to go on to the Grand Master. He's going to cast Sanctuary on himself again.
No, and it's a peril.
But he is within 6 of the Librarian, so I'm going to bump that up by 1, so he
Okay.
doesn't peril.
Very cool. Very cool.
We are then going to cast Smite from Samson.
Okay, that'll be on the aspiring sorcerer
Yes,
there.
it will. No,
He
we
fails
won't.
that.
Oh,
Oh, the tides have turned here.
Aha.
The Ancients.
The Smite from the Ancient. There we go.
There
Oh!
is the smites. Just
That is a 12 in total.
yes.
So I can't.
Can't
Cannot
deny.
deny.
Okay,
That is
so
2 mortal wounds
the
then.
aspiring sorcerer is slain.
Blech. Very good.
Cool. What next?
We will then go on to back to the
Grandmaster.
Grandmaster. He's going to smite.
He casts
okay,
a
so
perils.
he definitely does perils this time.
Okay.
He takes 2 wounds for his troubles.
Oh dear.
Down
Okay,
four.
Grey Knight's faltering here. Faith in the Emperor.
Okay,
Purifiers.
so...
They are able to do their super smites.
Yeah, I'm going to super smite.
Yep.
Super duper.
A purifying flame, D6 mortal wounds.
Does
If
it go
it
off?
casts,
It does,
does.
with a +1 on a 10.
Can any? Well, yes, you can try and deny it here. 6, 7.
I'm going to use a command point because Psychic Supremacy is there.
Oh, and he's done it, and that just scored him another point for Psychic Supremacy.
Very nice.
It did. Shooting phase up next, the Librarian. Stormbolter into the Rubric.
They will hit.
2 wounds. That's
3
3 wounds.
wounds.
The Rubric 2+ saves. It's damage 1. They will pass, no issues.
We'll go on to the champion. The Ancient. That's the one. That is cocked. And a 1 to reroll. So rerolling the 1 for the Master and the cocked hits as well.
4 hits.
1 wound.
2+. Saves again.
We'll go on to Samson. Same target.
Samson.
He moved. Reroll because of the Master.
2 hits.
1
wound. Passes again.
We'll go over to these guys here.
Purifiers.
They are going to fire into these guys here.
So Rubric back there.
They are all in rapid fire. Yeah, get it in my hand. Okay, not bad. One, 2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Wounds.
Loves it.
Okay, very impressive.
That's it, because his flamer is out of range, so we do have some charges to do.
Okay, who opens first?
Grandmaster, into the pred.
Into the Predator. Wrong charge, but
Oh, no.
fails. That is definitely a failed.
Yep, I need a 9 for what it's worth, so reroll. Oh, first
An 8.
fray.
He fails. Okay.
Okay,
Purifiers now.
into the pred.
Overwatch. Oh, he's hit twice. He's wounded twice.
I saved neither.
He saves neither. That's only the Justicar with the hammer left. My goodness. He does make the charge, although even that was whiffy. Okay.
We will then do the Paladin into those guys over there.
Okay.
Nothing.
And when you say the Paladin, do you mean the Apothecary?
Yes, I meant the
Librarian?
That's what I meant.
Right, so it's a big charge. That will not make it.
First of the fray.
That will definitely not make it.
The Apothecary,
Just
same
the
target.
Apothecary left into the Rubric. Oh!
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 That's a problem!
That's 6 hits. That's 3 wounds. He rolls 3 4s there.
I saved one of them.
Wow, he's got taken 2 wounds now. He does
now I
make
roll
that
high.
charge. Okay,
Okay.
the Apothecary does make it into combat.
Alright. And then is Samson within 12? He's just within 12, but I don't know if he's going to make that charge because he needs to go...
Up an inch.
Yes, so that's 6 inches to put in there, plus an extra inch. Yeah, he won't make it. He'll only double 6.
So they went straight into the fight phase. Who will attack first?
Well, it's over here.
Okay.
We'll do that.
So we've got...
The Justicar.
does
The
hit
Knight of
twice.
Flame. He hits twice. Freeze to wound. There's 2
He
wounds
does
minus
wound
3.
twice. It's to save or die 'cause it's a Thunder Hammer.
Okay, good.
The Predator is destroyed. Does it blow and take anything within?
No.
It's a 1.
Very good.
Okay.
So then I would
We then
consolidate that way.
have the Paladin Apothecary.
Yes, I believe he has 3 attacks. 4 attacks, so 5 attacks on the charge.
Okay.
He happens to go 2. Yes, he is. Okay.
He hits with 4.
So we are looking for freeze here because he's got a staff.
Okay, that's 4
3
wounds.
minus 1. No, all his does because it's a staff.
But he does pass 2 anyway.
Cool.
So 2 Rubricae are killed.
Yes, cool.
Then he will get to hit back. So he's also got Hateful Assault. So 4 attacks from the Rubricae. That's 2 hits. No wounds. And then the Aspiring Sorcerer does get 2 hits. Does get 2 wounds. The Apothecary's in peril here.
He's fine.
No, he's fine. Alright.
Okay.
That concludes the turn. What cards did you get, Chef?
So I got 1 point for Blood and Guts.
1 point for Blood and Guts,
And I
yeah.
got 1 point for no prisoners because I only killed 1 and 2 units.
Okay, so you're now on 16 yourself.
I'm going to discard 2 because that purifier is going to
So is it 16 apiece now?
16 apiece.
My goodness, as we go into turn 5 for the Thousand Suns. Right, it's no prisoners, Kingslayer and Blood and Guts. Which cards do you confine, Mr. Chef?
Let's get rid of Kingslayer.
Okay, Kingslayer has been confined.
Okay, have to be that, unfortunately.
And then he races back, scour the skies. Okay, fair enough. Let's come back at the end of the movement phase. Right, folks, this is it. Movement phase done. We're in summary turn 5 here. Predators have remained stationary, but the Hellbrutes have pelted their way up towards the characters. Rubricide remained in combat. We haven't marked up the wounds on the Apothecary yet, but we'll do that just in a moment. And all of these Rubricide remain stationary. They're in range with their Warp Bolters of various targets already. So, how are we going to play this? We're in the Psychic phase.
Right, so Smite into the Apothecary.
Okay. 6, 7, 8. That goes off.
The Librarian, provided that he is in within 12, yes he is, he will deny you. He denies you.
7, 8, 9.
Over here into the fellow over there.
Okay, into that
Smite.
known Purifier. That is a
6.
6. That is cast.
Yep, Brother Champion will deny.
Samson.
He denies
4,
you.
5, 6, 7.
Okay, and the other one into the same guy.
Units. Right, that's a 10 this time.
Okay, well, he will attempt to deny it. He's a hero! No, he's
He
not.
does
He's
fail. He is dead.
Swat.
Okay, so that's 1 unit destroyed.
Cool.
For the purposes of no prisoners. What is happening next? It's shooting.
Right, so what we're going to do is the rubrics over here will rapid fire into the Warlord.
Rubrics into the Warlords. Here we
Okay.
go.
Here we go. Cool.
Nice.
Very, very, very good round of shots there. Oh, wow. That is 5 wounds.
5 wounds. So, Sanctuary save. Take 1.
He takes 1 wound.
Down to 3.
Fair enough.
Okay,
And then the other unit?
The other unit.
Oh, very nice.
Good round of hits there.
4s.
Wow, another 4 wounds.
Yeah.
Oh, he's failed 3. He's only got 3 left. That would be Slay the Warlords.
I have a CP left from my from last time because he failed it. The turn before, he's fine.
Okay.
That's all my CP.
Left.
4 las cannons.
Oh come on now.
4 last cannons into the.
Oh, okay, couple of
That is
misses.
2 hits. That is 2 wounds. It's a save or die situation. He's gone. Slay the Warlords. Down goes the Grandmaster, and we've still got another Predator and 2 Hellbrutes to fire.
Okay, Predator into Librarian.
Into the Librarian. Oh, all 4 hits. It's 4 wounds.
5 up.
The Librarian only passes 1.
Triple 1, please.
3d6 damage.
No,
He's
he's
dead. Oh my goodness. The Thousand Suns are powering up in this last turn.
Hellbrute.
Hellbrute into the Ancients. The Hellbrute
1
hits
hit.
once. He wounds
It's a wound.
once. The Ancient fails his invulnerable save. It's d6 damage. It's a 1. Classic. Okay.
The other one
The
into
other Hellbrute
Samson.
Into Samson.
Samson must
me.
die.
How
Oh,
dare
he
you.
hit Samson.
1 hit.
It's 2s.
Oh,
It's
it's
a
a 1.
1.
I'm going to use a command point.
It's a 6. Samson needs a 6 to survive. It's d6 damage. He does a 6. Samson obliterated with the last cannon. Oh my goodness. You couldn't write it. The Thousand Suns powering up in the last moments. All of the shooting is now done, bar a pistol from the aspiring sorcerer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He hits. He wounds on a
Wounds.
5.
5.
He does wound.
He's
I'm down to 2.
He's down to 2 wounds in the Apothecary.
Okay.
It does bring it to the charge phase.
2 Hellbrutes into him.
Okay, 2 Hellbrutes into the Apothecary.
He's
He
in.
succeeded.
And the other one?
And the other one.
Actually, no, this one's going to go into the.
Yes, that makes sense.
fellow
Into
over
the
there.
Ancients. 6,
yeah.
7, 8. He makes that as well. Oh my goodness, this could be a clean sweep.
Oh, sorry.
This could be a clean sweep. I don't want to alarm anyone,
The
but the
wounds.
Grey Knights look like they might be tabled. It is incredible here from the Thousand Suns. Magister
on,
Crowd, his favourite disciple, Chaos Lord Beard. What are we doing first?
The Hellbrute.
This is the Hellbrutes.
Into
This one,
this guy
into
here.
the Ancients. It is
3 hits.
3 hits.
I don't get
the
the False Emperor, weirdly.
It is 3 wounds though.
5 up in
The Ancients. Oh, he
Saves
saves so
two.
valiantly. But I think
He's got 1 wound
that
remaining,
it's
I think.
flat 3, isn't it?
It is
for
flat
the
three.
Hellbrute Fist. So he's
Yeah.
got 1 wound left.
Okay.
Okay, over here.
This Hellbrute.
This Hellbrutes. Okay, that's a big problem for the Apothecary. He's already on only 3 wounds. He's got 4 wounds. He needs 4, 5s, and 6s.
Okay, 4 ups now. Oh,
He is obliterated by the Hellbrutes. That is incredible. That leaves one model left on the board. That is the Paladin, Ancient. His falchion swings in his hand. He may have to, just for the sake of focus, drop the banner and see if he can do anything to this Hellbrute.
All right, so he's got 1 for the banner, 1 for Hateful Assault.
Okay. That is...
no, he is weapon skill 2. He's a Paladin.
Yep.
5s.
He does get 2 wounds.
Okay. 2 wounds.
I
cannot kill him.
No, he
fails
1. Yep. 3 damage.
It will be 2 damage.
2 wounds.
Not enough to kill him.
My goodness. Now, this is the most important thing. I think, how many units did you kill? The
5.
Purifiers? 5. One shy of 6 if he had killed the Paladin Ancient.
1, 2, 3.
So it will be
5.
D3 points,
Yeah.
because you killed 3 and 5 for no prisoners.
Yep.
It will just be the 1. Okay, and then Blood and Guts you did get, because you killed the Paladin, so that's 2 points.
And Warlord?
And Warlords, that's 3 points.
Okay.
Very, very nice, Mr. Beards. Absolutely bounding ahead there. There is a single Paladin Ancient left on the field as we go into turn 5 for the Grey Knights. This would have been turn 5, but Chef
What a
looks at
turn.
his cards.
What a turn, though.
The
Wow.
Emperor has not favoured you this
Not
day.
this day. So for what it's
Paladin
worth,
Ancient
guys-
can't score enough, can he?
No, so I had in my hand I had Psychic Communion. I need to cast 3 powers. You can only ever cast 1.
Yep.
Secure Objective 6, which is there, so I could have got to get that,
Yep.
but that's 1 point.
Yep.
Secure Objective 4,
You
which
can't
is
be in 2 places at once,
over
not as a
there.
single model.
Witch Hunter, it's impossible for him to kill them because even with smites
Yep.
and potential shooting, he would be able to
Not
because
happening.
he's in combat. And Teleport Attack has been in my hand since turn 4. It's impossible to kill.
My goodness. Good game,
Good game,
folks. Let's talk about it in the wrap-up. Wow, wow, wow. What a nail-biter of a game.
I thought you had it for a good
So
few
did I.
turns.
Yeah, but
I didn't.
My goodness, the Thousand Suns powered up.
Yeah,
Just
they needed
Magnus
to.
was there looking over your shoulder. He's like,
Yeah.
what are you doing, man?
Come on now.
It's
Hurry
time
up.
to kill these Great Knights.
Yeah.
And they were slaughtered in
yeah,
the
you
In
had
the end.
you had a great couple of turns there. Yeah, really, really good couple
Yeah,
of turns.
significant failing a lot of those charges.
Oh, it was just
That was a
disgusting.
shame.
Disgusting.
That
You know, first to the fray you kind of need to take, but it happens every game. You've got first to the fray. Oh, I failed the reroll anyway,
Every
so
time.
why bother?
Every
because
time.
every other Warlord trait is rubbish.
What this game did do though was show off the potential of the Grey Knights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Which
yeah,
is
yeah.
really exciting.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
really exciting.
Yeah, super exciting.
Against any other army, I mean, I know that my denies were heinous.
Yes,
let's be
yes,
absolutely
they really
fair.
were.
Which saved me staying in the game a lot longer than I should have really had any right to, quite frankly. But against any other army, that Tide of Shadow turn 1 is solid.
There are some really interesting things you can do.
Yeah, I think in hindsight, probably what I would have done would have been use the Land Raider instead of the Storm Raven guys, hide him out of line of sight or park him in terrain, and then Gate of Infinity him. It was always going to be a risk, especially the minute that Beard won the roll-off for the attacker and chose to be the attacker. I was like, well, I cannot hide him with that deployment type. I wouldn't have been out of... I tried to mitigate it by putting him in the corner so that he would had to have moved. He just, the kill shot.
There's a lot of las cannons.
Yeah,
There's a
it was
lot of las
16
cannons.
las cannons
Did
in
the
total.
job. They did the job in the end.
And nothing else to deal with them. No. So it's just kind of like, all right, fine, so be it. A shame because it meant that my big combat units took 3 turns to actually hit combat when really they should have been doing it from turn 2. And I was saying to Beard, I would have basically flown the Raven into the middle of his lines and dared him to blow him up.
Yeah.
Because of the new stratagem, Revenge of the Machine Spirit. You just auto-explode.
I would have taken
Which is
that.
great.
Yeah.
And you would have some las cannon fire of your own.
I would have had las cannons, I would have had
Because you
missiles,
obviously
storm
lost so much
strike.
firepower losing that
Yeah,
Raven.
it's one of those things where it's, obviously, it was an eggs in basket gamble, didn't pay off. There'll be other games where I'd try it and it will work wonders.
Exactly.
So it's always a risk with those kinds of units. But I think the Thousand Suns kind of played exactly the same as they did.
Yeah.
The extra access to stuff that they have is nice, but it's not as exciting as the Grey Knights, I think.
No,
Which is a pity.
It's a token gesture, I think, for
Yeah.
Thousand Suns.
Which is a shame. It's a shame, really.
It is, yeah.
The new power's really cool. Like, if you'd have got it off on that Warlord, it would have been pretty devastating, but I couldn't let you.
No.
I wasn't going to.
No, not today.
But the ability like you said earlier, the ability to kind of have a little bit more flavour, and you can mix and match cults in the same army. A lot of their rules will obviously only affect certain cult units. Bearing in mind that a Exalted Sorcerer or a Demon Prince from one detachment will still provide the rerolls for one in another unit, because it's just an additional keyword. You're still a Thousand Suns unit, which is what the keyword is, so that's fine, so there's no real worry there. So there's definitely some potential combos that you can do. It's just a shame that a lot of the powers tied up in the Warlord traits and the relics, which you're limited on, whereas the Grey Knights getting those tides is so good across the army. It's so
They
needed.
did it.
They definitely needed it, and it definitely helps them.
Look, excellent game, folks.
Yeah, well played, man.
Very, very cool seeing these two armies resurrected, as it were. We'll have plenty more battle reports for you very soon. I'm definitely going to use the Grey Knights in a Tactica on demand very, very shortly. I've got some very cool ideas for them.
Terrifying.
So until then, we'll see you next time. This has been Tabletop Tactics.